Good, because now we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to the episode 30 of Conquerors of Nolyn, where we play Dragons and Dungeons here on, the net. Hope you all are buckled up, because nobody knows where this episode is going, least of which me. So, well, it's gonna be wild. But in any case, I hope you all are ready to enjoy it. Let's play the intro and then we'll be back with the game and these lovely, lovely players. Well, but that is a lovely idea and a half. Can't wait for the next game.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, we go live again, with as always, Dragons and Dungeons. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm joined today, as always, by, well, not as always, but as of lately, by Draenef playing Drachdarin, the Dragonborn fighter, by Spacey Ying playing Falkan, the Dragonborn wizard, and lastly but not least, Tanky101 playing Kolarys, the Dragonborn rogue. This time he is the Dragonborn rogue. All of them are Dragonborn, I just have to remember the classes, and even then I messed that up. Go figure. So, a lot of stuff happened last time around here in lovely Gundr. But, of the things that concern this band of adventurers, this trio rather, I don't know if a trio can be considered a band, but here we are. They have been going all over the place, or rather all over the place in Madlenac, the city of which two of them hail from, although one of them does not fully remembers because Falkan is still suffering from frequent cases of amnesia. But that's to be expected. Last time around, they were investigating quite a lot, got a very big threat from one Lady Ulxian Sunorae, or rather Sunorae Ulxian, who threatened to do harm to Kolarys' sister Orimela, in case they did not stop snooping around and let her do her own thing. They decided not to let her do her own thing and did go snooping around, and as it happens, she did do harm to Oromila, Kolarys' sister, who unfortunately has been killed in battle in the last session, half of which was the battle itself. After that, Kolarys, alongside everyone else, including what's his face? The big great Dragonborn guy, whose name I don't remember, but that doesn't matter that much. The big red great Dragonborn, who is a servant of House Uxian, decided mid-battle to reconsider his life choices and not support the murder of innocent young girls. Then, afterwards, one of the Uxian twins was injured and knocked out, and the other one gave up after Lady Ulxian killed Oromila and apparently used her soul as a way to power up her staff and teleport herself into the Shadowfell. After being left behind, the Ulxian twins decided to not resist and were arrested by Drachdarin and the big red Karade, whose name I will remember someday.
Earbrov.
Earbrov, yes. Something like that. I have it here in my notes, but I don't want to flip pages. I just want to move on. But I will flip through my notes. In any case, Earbrov, yes. That is it. Earbrov, Esser. Afterwards, all of this group, this band, went to the Delmirev state to talk to Kolarys' family, explain the whole situation, and see what they were going to do about that. They said that they are going to be exacting revenge on the Sunorae, on the Uxian family, but their target right now is Lady Sunorae, who is currently in the Shadowfell. Kolarys stayed behind to deal with that nonsense of planning what to do, but also mourning or aid his family in mourning, but then promising his family that he will do his best to retrieve his sister's soul and bring her back from the dead. Afterwards, Falkan and Drachdarin went back to the Dakul state manor to reconvene, rest a little bit, and put the next part of their plan into planning. Namely, figure out how they will get to the Shadowfell and what will they do when they get there. But during the night, Falkan sent his familiar to spy on Drachdarin, who was talking to a tree outside, and learned that Drachdarin was actually talking, or rather whispering, with the Lord of Whispers, one Symphidine by the name of Eaglebeth. The Lord of Whispers told him that he could help him getting to the Shadowfell if that's what he wanted to do, truly and really. But he could not provide a way back. Not immediately. And he also asked Drachdarin to tell him more secrets of whatever he could find and learn, especially those pertaining to the future where he comes from. And then all of them went to bed. Or rather started to go to bed, because during the night, after following his family to the temple to perform a ritual on his sister's body to preserve it until they could retrieve her soul and revive her, Kolarys then made his way to the Dakul manor, arriving at the dead of night, or rather like midnight-ish, and knocking on those heavy wooden doors, which were promptly open. Wow, I cannot English today at all. Words, come back to my mind, I need you now. After knocking on the door, the large, heavy-set doors were opened by the meek frame of Josita, the maid of the cool manor, who just looked up at you, Kolarys, in the middle of the night, kinda shocked. Oh, Master Delmirev, what can I help you with? It's awfully late at night, you know.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to his room.
Oh, of course, of course. I do not mean to impose, Lord, but if you could please be quiet. Many of the crews are already asleep.
I will be silent as the dead.
Oh, no need for such. Just try not to step too heavy as, you know, the new friend that Lord Falkan has brought home.
New friend.
Yes, the big blue one. You know him.
Oh, do I? You're lovely, Josita.
Oh, now go have fun, you boys, and have a good night. Try not to be too loud, and I will not be serving drinks tonight, because tomorrow, you know, is Fantasy Monday, so you all need to be ready. And then she bows and turns to go close the door and go usher away a few kobolds that have appeared, just waiting for orders in case whatever was going on at night was important enough to need ordering. So, Kolarys, in little to no time, you find yourself up the set of stairs and in front of Falcon's room door, right? Even.
Is it locked?
I don't know, is it, Falcon?
The door is not locked.
I'm gonna sneak in.
Sure, you sneak in.
And then I'm just gonna dress down to the skivvies and spoon Falcon.
Wait, what?
I am awake.
You heard me.
Awake cross-referencing books in the middle of the room, primarily the cursed one.
I can sneak.
Can you?
I can totally sneak.
While I'm facing the door. Okay. You can be stealthy as you want. I'm facing the door. You're gonna turn yourself flat?
I'm going to hug your face into my chest. Then.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Falcon.
Hello.
Squeezes a little harder.
Muffled grumbling.
Where's Drac?
And outside, hanging out by the trees.
I'm stealing your
Something
bed.
like that.
I'm stealing your bed. I jump into his bed and pull the sheets over me.
This is fun. Need to see if I can't find a way to lift the curse off this book. I may have to take it to a priest.
You would know more than me.
I'm not a cleric.
Sorry, just to clarify, which book was this again?
The cursed book that was handed not too long ago.
Oh, the one that was in your bedroom
Cousin's
already.
book.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Carry on. Unless that's it, because otherwise we can
Oh,
just follow on.
Kolarys has
Another
had a very long day and is already just half asleep.
Sure. Um, despite all the tiredness of this whole day, uh, Kolarys, you just find yourself in Falkan's bed, trying to remain upbeat despite everything that has just happened. Falkan, you keep on looking through your books, trying to find any connections you can find to your current situations, but also trying to seek the book to see if there's anything from your past you can remember in those many words and details.
I specifically want to try and see if I can analyze what kind of curse is on the book.
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Alright.
I do not know if we have done this before, but let's do it again. I'll need you to go
Okay.
ahead and roll a proficient difficulty with complication, because this is tricky and unknown. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You are not very familiar with curses, as it turns out. Your studies have not taken that direction, that path. And you have not encountered a great deal of curses in your travels, so the whole subject is quite tricky and unknown to you as of yet. But, thankfully, you know a thing or two about your studies, so to speak. And you imagine that you and Cantus have been studying mostly the same things, and you also know that Cantus has been also focusing quite a lot on necromancy, from what people have told you and what you have learned on yourself. So you're not entirely sure what kind of curse, but if you were to take a look at all the necromancy spells you have heard of during your days, you would probably find it over there. But of course, you don't know it off the top of your head, and further research is required.
Necromancy curse?
Yeah.
Alright. I will continue to look into this tirelessly.
As you do, Drachdarin, I imagine that after quite a lot of time, you finish reflecting and meditating by the tree, reminiscing of the quote-unquote past, which is the future, and also your talk with Eaglebeth has left a lot for you to think about. What do you do next?
I probably would have stayed out for a while and just contemplated things and decompressed a bit before coming back inside to go back up to Falcon's room to check on him briefly.
Sure. To your surprise, you do find Kolarys there sprawled on his bed. But other than that, everything else seems normal.
Evening, boys. When did you get here, Kolarys?
Already asleep.
Cool.
He's dead, passed out.
Yeah. Well, try to get a little sleep. I know you are very focused, but we do have a lot to do and talk about. Did you? Yeah, never mind.
I'd rather try and figure anything I can about this book. If I could figure out what kind of curse is on it, I might be able to use it.
Why don't we just take it to someone who deals with those?
To get to someone who what?
Who deals with curses, who can break it?
Could make an attempt.
Seems logical to me.
I don't know who I could bring it to.
A priest?
Yeah.
Clerics of all kinds? You do have clerics in this town, surely.
Actually, wait a second. My family are abjuration mages.
Maybe they could do it. Maybe you
Yeah,
should
I'm a
just bring it
fucking
up to your
idiot.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe. Possibly. Abjuration's all about purifying, countering, removal, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So your dad could probably figure it out, honestly. You didn't. Do you know what a Samphadine is?
I'm sorry, what?
It's just a type of creature.
A what?
A Samphadine.
Do I know what a Semphadine is?
Boy, howdy, good question. Make a history check. Yes, you have passing knowledge of them. Well, by passing knowledge, I mean you know of them. You have never interacted with any unless it has happened on these games. And if you did, you don't remember. But you know very well the Symphony are the people who live all the way far down south in Turnermoract. They are these people with very sleek frames, long white hair, horns, and blackened eyes. Their upper face and lower face, their jaws are like disconnected, and their upper face is actually kind of like a shell above it. They look a little bit like the Turians from Mass Effect, but less sci-fi-esque. I do believe, by the way, we have posted a picture of what a Symphony looks like in the group chat.
I believe so.
It's true.
I describe exactly, including the Mass Effect line.
What is what? I don't know what you're talking about as usual. But yes,
Something I picked up in the future.
that's very strange considering I'm from there and have no idea what you're talking about.
You can't expect someone to know all kinds of media.
I don't know most, so really I will leave that to you. But yeah, you know what they are. Good. May have maybe run into one.
Ew.
Like out near those trees.
Like near the trees.
Like near where I was.
What were you talking about?
What are you watching me?
I could see you from my window.
I was speaking about a lot of things. Well, let's just say I may have a way for us to get to the Shadowfell.
So soon.
Whenever we need it.
Doesn't sound like something we should rush.
Oh, no. No, definitely not. No, we should take our time, but what other objectives do we have at this moment? It's saving your cousin, and now dealing with this Lady Ulxian. Both in the same place.
It's a bit of a jarring realization that I may not be as strong as I think I am. And to be honest, that scares me.
So you wish to prepare first?
I'd rather learn more magic if I can. If there's any way you can get stronger too, it may not be a bad idea.
I am always getting stronger. That is what practice does to you.
Kolarys whimpers and sobs in his sleep.
He's not
Just
doing well.
pushes one of his pillows over Kolarys.
we should potentially look for, I don't know, work.
That's not a terrible idea.
Something a little more challenging than moving things at a dock or you writing spells. That is not training or personal growth per se.
I suppose I could try doing something like that. You don't expect me to lift something, do you?
Would that be a problem?
Do you think I spent my whole life lifting weights?
No. But
Is it that obvious?
Oh, yes, very. Your arms are like sticks.
I'm not that bad off.
No.
I have an 8.
Sure, I think this is more of a perspective thing because well, he just kind of looks down at himself and back to you. Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair.
Well, as silly as it may sound, reading my scrolls and writing them is training for me.
Well, in one way. But also getting, your hands dirty. It is also important.
There's a few magics I wish to learn, primarily the Remove Curse spell. It's an abjuration spell, so I could just ask one of my family to teach it to me. But there are other things I want to learn too.
Well, perhaps your school has all of these, yes?
It's possible.
And you are still planning to re-enroll there? Actually do things?
In a way, I am enrolled. I've got to write reports to them and try and come up with my own spell, however that's going to work.
How wildly complicated.
You'd think it wouldn't be.
Considering my level of experience is mainly on the receiving end of magic, I have no foot to stand on for it.
Now you hear
But-
people slapping their names in front of spells all the time, like that bastard Tasha or Mordecai, and
I mean, if they have their name in front of a spell and everybody agrees that their name should be in front of it, generally a good assumption that they are perhaps important. If you put your name on a spell and then someone else sees the spell and copies it and puts their name on the spell, that's mad disrespect.
yeah. Imagine somebody taking a spell that previously existed and then just slapping someone's name in front of it. I can't imagine anyone that would do that. Falkan says, looking directly at the camera.
Falcon, I think you need a towel. You are dripping with sarcasm.
I think I'm having a stroke.
You should probably put the book away for tonight.
Your
Possibly.
voice shakes the floorboards.
Kolarys, go back to sleep.
So we're talking about important things.
You were asleep 6 seconds ago.
We're gonna make you do labor.
No, correction. I was going to make Falcon do labor, which is still the plan.
Jack, I only have an 8 in strength.
And this concerns me not. Some push-ups would be good for you. Anyway, we can figure it out tomorrow. When everyone is more rested and more collected.
What's he gonna do? Sling spells harder?
He might hit them.
I
Am not discounting your ability to hit spells. I am just saying that sleepiness never goes well on battlefields. And if we do get in a scuffle tomorrow, or if we have to do something important, you should probably be mostly cognizant.
I need a second sword, by the way.
A second what?
I need a second sword.
What
do you need two?
Your first one's not good enough.
Oh, my first one is brilliant. I just need another.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard to find.
You can have a second sword on one condition.
I gave mine away to the zombie.
The condition is the next time you see someone repeatedly shooting your wizard in the side of the chest, please go kill them.
Hey, we did do our best to try and deal with that fight, but that was a bit more than even we were able to chew off.
Eh?
I know you got the crap beat out of you in that last fight.
Yeah, I got shot twice.
You're fine. It's only
Am
holes.
I?
They mend.
It's trauma. You
It's
don't mend trauma.
it's called building character. Not that you don't already have an overwhelming amount of that.
Uh-huh.
But Kolarys did his best. We all did our best. And
I didn't do good enough.
the next time we find her will be different. I
Eh,
hope s-
she
I will
might
see
be
you in the
fine.
morning.
Hmm.
I must sleep. I have been awake too long and took quite a few hits, and I have a lot to think about. We can discuss our plan in the morning.
Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. I am a bit on the gourd side.
Though I really shouldn't ask, but what?
Gourd.
Oh, your
As in I've been shot.
I am catching up.
What'd you think I said?
Gourd like pumpkin.
Gourd.
I thought it was like some weird phrase. You have a lot of them.
Well, I have been told I have nice hips.
Either way. Yes, we'll
Drac,
We'll
you're just
figure it out.
hungry. Go to the kitchen.
No, no, not hungry right now. Thank you. Just sleep.
No, I'm hungry.
Oh, it's a big boy hungry and can't stop thinking about food.
That's very rude of you, first
Can't
of
stop
all.
thinking about gourds.
Well, look, I'm going to go check out this room that your family prepared for me. Because that's a thing that I get now.
Yeah?
Good night.
Very funny. And he just shuts the door quietly-ish and goes lumbering up the hallway.
All right,
Do
so
you think... Oh. That's okay.
you make your way down the hall, Drachdarin, to the aforementioned room where the kobolds have been hastily been just carrying inside a lot of pillows. Pretty much, they pilfered every pillow in the house to prepare a bed for you, a makeshift bed for you, and you are almost sure that all of this time that you have been in and around the house, you from somewhere, you're not entirely sure, but from somewhere you can hear the nailing of hammers. You think the kobolds are probably attempting to build a bed for you.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. We make a bed to go.
Good luck to them on that.
You're not entirely sure
Oh.
when it'll be done, but for now you're sleeping on pillows.
I'm very okay with that.
Just
What do you
I just-
kobolds sing like Oompa Loompas or something?
Oh, they
Yes.
sing like dwarves.
They sound like dwarves.
just a bunch of pillows strewn about in a corner in the floor, and they have tried to do a little bit of decoration. You're not entirely sure if that's on the kobolds or if that's Josita who have kind of ordered them around to do a little bit of decoration, but there are some nice things. There's a tiny little dresser there that you're absolutely positive won't fit anything aside from your boots and gauntlets. There's a little bed table with a little plant on it, which looks more like a snack rather than actual decor, but not gonna judge. And also just a few a pile of like some, what's that called again? Rags and sheets and some whetstones and other such things for you to perform cleaning on your own weapons if you would like to do that. But also they have brought your whole armor cleaned and folded in and tucked it into a corner as well.
That she scans around the room, kind of chuckles at this scale of things and just immediately goes over to check out his armor. And just, they actually do a good job. Surprising.
That one's silly, that one's sassy, and that one's stabby.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
Did you name your kobolds?
I so hope you
Hi-ho.
Do I have to write this down? Is my question.
Silly, sassy, and stabby, that's just 3 of them.
Okay.
How many kobolds are here?
Up to you, really. Up to the cools to decide how many kobolds they have at their employed.
And that one's
kobolds.
Ferdinand.
We have a lot of kobolds.
Oh god. But he'll just check out his gear and then set his axe down amidst it and just go lay down. Kind of stare at the ceiling for a while. Shake his head, wondering what the hell he's getting himself into. And then just fall asleep.
Falkan and Kolarys, I imagine the 2 of you are also about to fall asleep and enjoy the benefits of a long rest.
Kolarys is in my bed.
How small is your bed?
It's single-sized.
It's an oh jeez. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You come from a rich family and you have a single-sized bed.
I like the tiny room.
Bullshit.
And he has a lot of brothers and sisters. They cannot fit that many kids into a single house, even though it is a manor. It's still a single one.
Just shut up and get in bed.
Fine. I'll try not to get any of my blood anywhere.
So,
Oh no, I'm getting my blood on you.
Oh no.
Throw a pillow at his face.
Oh no, there's blood on the pillow.
Audibly hisses.
So, as this trio goes to bed, the night goes by and morning comes. Lo and behold, and it is as it happens. Gosh dang it. Yes, it's Fantasy Monday morning. Congratulations.
Fantasy Monday.
All of
Fantasy Monday.
all of you are entitled to not only a long rest, but also, I absolutely completely forgot to tell you guys this last week, but you all have leveled up to level 9.
Oh no.
Oh no, my spells. Doug.
Oh, I was gonna say, not the spells.
Not again!
Not again.
Yes, I should have said this previously.
Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, fuck, I think I'm on the next tier too.
You sure are.
But I have just remembered it, so there you go. But also, I don't know that you guys are gonna get into any manner of trouble for, for foreseeable future, depending on what you decide to do. Hopefully exciting things. If not, then sure, you can just level up at the end of the session. Who knows?
Twitches mildly.
Spells.
But on the other hand, you can low-key look at your new spells and grab them as you see fit. Other than that, Drachdarin, Kolarys, the 2 of you level up, and I imagine leveling up as a fighter and a rogue is much simpler.
Yep, I'm
I'm
done.
gonna go grab my player handbook anyway.
If anything, you might get a new spell now, Kolarys, because of your Arcane Trickster subclass.
I'm
That's why I need my
slightly.
book.
I am now just indomitable. One of my favorite feats.
I'm so scared to click what does populate the spellbook mean? Why does that terrify me?
Probably gives you the list of spells that you selected.
Yeah,
I'm mildly fucking scared to press yes.
You probably should say no then, because it'll give you probably every spell in the game, and you shouldn't have that.
I'm mildly scared.
It probably means like, hey, here's all the spells, so you can just
Yeah.
have the whole thing. It's just
And
that
you can
there's
just-
like 500.
I mean,
You should
fine.
you should do that. You should look into D&D Beyond to see the spells you want to get, and then add them through the importer on the Foundry later on.
I have learned level 5 magic.
oh damn.
Also, if anything, I do suggest you guys also level up your character sheets on D&D Beyond, just in case Foundry goes down for whatever reason.
That's true.
We have those backups in place, and also it will be easier for you guys to level up in there and see what you get and what you don't get. Oh, go to town, you crazy kid.
Ooh, Cloud Kill.
Oh, I love Cloud Kill.
I do love Cloud Kill.
It smells so good.
So, morning comes by in Madlenac. It is, as I said before, Fantasy Monday. Not that it matters much, except for the fact that all the family is gathered at the table, the cool manor. All of your siblings, Falkan, are there, getting their breakfast in, and then they will be getting ready to go to the academy because all of your siblings are students. None of them have, taken such a liberal course as you have. So they have this appointment to keep up of going back and forth to the academy. Your parents, on the other hand, are, as always, just there, smiling brightly as they are having their breakfast. Your father, as always, is, has his face shoved in the local newspapers that talk about the death of a noble and the disappearance of some nobles. What has been apparently the presses are calling the Ulxian scandal. And, as always, Josita and the kobolds, both the named ones and the unnamed ones, just go about serving food to all of you guys as you join the table to have breakfast. At which point your mother, Falkan, she just looks around and remarks, "Oh, I did not know that we would be having company again today. Good morning to you, Kolarys. It is a wonderful pleasure to have you in our table today."
Pleasure as always, miss.
Also, I'm very sorry for you and your family. I hope that all of you are doing well, despite what has just happened. If you need any time to process what's happened, or if you need a place to stay, you know that our doors are always open to you and your family.
It's very kind of you. Falcon could learn something from you.
What's that? Eating food.
It's 6 a.m. Please don't start ratting on each other this early. I will have to throw you through a window.
Oh, he's all tired in the morning. Can you get him some black tea?
Not a morning person.
Oh no, my darling, it's not 6 in the morning, it's 7 in the morning.
I don't know what.
He has problems with time travel.
That's putting it lightly. Stop talking.
Well, all of you boys should stop prattling on about on times and things to do, and you should just enjoy the food that Josita has cooked with so much care. Now eat up, Manjari.
Gladly.
And she goes into her own plate with impeccable manners.
Drac does, for the first time probably since these two have met him, actually eat like a normal civilized person.
Finally, not starving.
Yeah, not starving, and also technically sitting in the same room as his employer now.
Right?
So.
Absolutely staring you down the entire time while eating.
Mouth hanging open.
He just like shrugs with the fork and knife, like, what?
How do you use such tiny utensils for those big hands?
I have a lot of practice holding small things with very large hands. Wink.
Did you just...
Back to eating.
Kolarys kind of just like looks himself over for a second and then gruffs and goes back to eating.
Just casually pulls his hood up over his head and keeps eating.
Oh, just dreadful, is it? Lady Ulxian seems to have vanished. And her boys. Well, they have been
What are
captured.
they?
They're being held. Thornhole. Today, as it happens, as you sure well know, because I have told you, is the trial day in which an envoy from the Remain is coming to accuse you, too, of attacking a noble over there.
To be fair, we didn't attack a noble, we attacked a dragon.
Who is a noble by their laws. In any case, they are going to be accusing you, and today you are going to be tried. I hope that you boys have been preparing a good defense. I know, Falkan, have heard from the academy you're back in their graces and getting your academic immunity to such things. But what of you, Lord Domirev? What defense has you managed to cook up in these days since your arrival?
I mean, the sister thing. Pretty good defense.
At which
These
point,
things are unrelated.
your mother just pipes up and says, "Yes, exactly that. Thank you, Falkan. I know that children, you should never speak up to your Lord Father like your brother loves to do so very much. But have us, please, have some mercy, have a heart. The poor boy has been through a lot. Do not be mean to him, and also do not spoil our lovely morning breakfast by bringing such states into the table, please." And your father, he just grunts a little bit and says, "Very well. Well, I will be seeing you all in the town hall at 10 in the morning, it would seem. But you, Drachdarin, I'll be seeing you in my office as soon as you're done with breakfast." And then he closes his newspaper, folds it, puts it in a pocket into his coat, and exits the dining room.
Hey, Dad.
He stops, grunts, but doesn't quite look at you.
What's a good level 5 spell?
What?
Hey, yo, Dad, what's a good spell?
Sorry, I beat up somebody and now my brain throbbed a bit, so now I can do some better magic. I'm just saying that I'm up there on the magic scale now. Do you have, like, spells I can learn? Got some
Kolarys is
spell
just
book?
like prodding his skull and
Can you
taking
remove
measurements.
curse? You're an abjuration wizard, right? That means you're up there. Can I have some books?
He groans a little bit with such a question. And
Is he right? Is that normal?
he just shakes his head a little bit, and still without looking back at you, he just says, "Falkan should know about spells of the fifth circle of magic. Try and learn a little bit of dispel even and good. It'll do wonders for you. And then he just walks off out of the room.
Wait, did you just say protection from evil and good?
The spell. And by the time you're gone, you realize that that's not a wizard spell. You're not entirely sure what he was talking about.
Worst part is it is a wizard spell, and it's level 1.
No, dispel evil and good is a 5th level spell.
Oh, dispel even evil and good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cleric spell, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we're not entirely sure what is going on with that, but apparently he has his own wicked sense of humor or a lot of sarcasm.
Kolarys is just staring at Falcon's skull, waiting to see like a vein throb or something.
I can see where Falcon gets it from. You are very much like your father.
I don't know what you mean.
Poke Falcon in the head.
What? You what?
Poke you in the head.
The fin stands up under the hood.
Falkan, Kolarys, please. It is too early for you two to start the bickering again. Now,
Ma'am.
can I trust you two boys to behave like the young adults that you two are?
Fingers behind my back. Absolutely.
Very well, Falkan, my dear. If you do want a good recommendation for a 5th level spell or a spell of the 5th circle of magic, I don't know what has gotten on to your father, but he's a little bit altered by the recent events. I wouldn't pay him very much mind, but I would suggest, my dear boy, that you learn scrying or that you learn teleportation circle.
You know, that is actually a good idea.
Being able to teleport would be the coolest.
It's a good spell.
It's the best. Fucking love it.
I don't think there's a limit, really.
You just have to know the circles.
You just kind of go, wow.
Well, I mean, you have to know the target circle as well. Unlike teleport, which I think is a 7th level spell.
Oh.
Drachdarin, I did not know that you were such a purveyor of the arcane magics.
I read books.
You read?
I'm going to go see your father now.
It's cute when he's angry, isn't he?
Just stands up from the table, lumbers past, and flicks Falcon in the back of the head.
He called me a gourd last night.
I want to slip a fork in Falcon's pocket.
You what? What'd you do?
I want to slip a fork inside Falcon's pocket.
A fork.
A fork.
A fork.
A fork.
I love rogues.
Your mother, she just gets up from the table after she finishes eating, gently and very elegantly claps her hands just a little bit, and just says, "Very well, children, it's about time you all go to your assignments. Most of you go into the academy, and very well, Falkan and Kolarys, I don't know what you're going to be doing today for, well, what has just happened, but regardless, I do hope that you are prepared emotionally to take on the trial that will be happening in a few hours. If you need any help, just do not hesitate to ask me or Josita for any help. But I have also to go attend to my own needs, so I'll be seeing you all boys later. Ciao, ciao." And she turns around with a bow and also leaves the dining room. As your siblings also very slowly start to get up, nodding in agreement, and all of them kind of eyeing the both of you. in silence, just seeing whatever shenanigan you're going up to before all of them eventually start to make their way out of the room. At which point, only the two of you are left. You and the kobolds, of course, who are taking away the plates.
Thank you, Ferdinand.
One of the kobolds that is close to you, he just looks up at you, kinda unsure if you were addressing him or not.
Look Kolarys dead in the eyes and say, "Hey, do you think if I learned true resurrection and casted it on someone wearing leather armor, a cow will telefrag them on the spot?" Sorry. I'm just in my own thoughts.
First, I love the direction your thoughts are going, and second, that's a very expensive explosion spell that you would be casting.
Serious?
I'm like,
Yes, but think about it.
I'm trying not to.
The big bad
Can you
evil guy,
cast spells
maybe he's
like
got
that
like a
on
leather
armor?
belt. He's got like a leather belt on, or he's got like, a leather strap on. Instantly telefragged by a cow.
Right? Just
well, it's not inside their body, it's on the exterior. If anything, it would just push them into a wall or something.
oh, but
It'll
it's
spawn
making
on top of them.
it's making a circle around them, and I imagine this circle would reform, and by reform it would sever them in half.
Oh my god.
If we just
in its place.
invent magical unbirthing,
Just saying, just a blood mist with the cow standing.
I love
Oh
it,
no.
and I hate it at the same
I
time.
hate everything about that.
It would work though, wouldn't it?
Why is your brain like this?
just imagine the fellow is, since the belt's around him, the cow would just form around him and he'd just be stuck in the middle of a cow.
No, he would fucking explode because the cow is spawning inside of it.
So, Falkan, as you're kind of absent-mindedly sitting in the dining room, just looking up into the ceiling, and a slow smirk crossing your face as you think of possible applications of, restorative magic, you do not notice, and then later on come to ponder and wonder, how did a spork, or rather a fork, find its way into your pockets? Nevertheless,
I collect the fork.
sure, write it down. Write it down in your character sheet if you want.
Bro,
All right.
fork. Free fork. Hell yeah.
Free.
Free fork.
A little bit of remnant food on it.
Oh.
Drachdarin, you do find yourself in front of the Lord Revosros's door to his office, and there you are.
Take a second and adjust, My clothes are kind of crap at this point, which is a problem, but just knock on the door,
Come in.
open it, and lean down a bit and come in. And you wanted to speak?
Yes, Drachdarin, I did want to speak to you about two things. Certainly they should not be coming to you as a surprise, but it has not been days since I have spoken to you about your hiring, about you coming to work for the Duku family. In this 1.5 day, you have failed to do something I asked of you. Do you remember what?
reporting on what Falkan has been doing and getting up to at the end of every day.
Not at the end of every day. If it's something meaningless, like Falkan has gone to the bathroom for the third time in a day, sure. If he's going to fight a noble just on the outskirts of city, I would like to know immediately. And not immediately as in you just have started to fight her, but immediately as in you found out where she was and you plan to go there. Why is this the first time I've been hearing about all of this?
In all fairness, one, completely new to me. Two, we were kind of feeling a little rushed due to this sort of hostage situation, I guess. Which, in retrospect, again, would have been better to notify you about. I have lived many, many years and worked many, many years not having the ability to do that. You will excuse me the first time I neglect mentally to remember.
Very well. I can accept that it has indeed been your first time failing to address that and tell me like we have agreed upon. One time I can forget, but 2 times, that's a little bit much.
I will be more cognizant of it going forward, especially considering where we will be going. Actually, counter question. Does this work across, like, planes? Curious idea.
I do not think it does.
Okay, good to know.
But, sure. My son has gone into combat. And you assured me you would protect him, and yet he fell onto battle. And
We
I
revived him.
only learned this from someone else who was interrogating the Ulxian twins. And not from you, not from Falkan.
We did sort of come back quite late, and I did not wish to wake you for something like that. He's recovered from worse, if I'm being honest. He got hit with like 2 arrows. He'll be okay.
Sorry.
Furthermore, I believe you have gone on a little... You say you have been in sort of a rush to rescue a hostage, but not too much of a rush that you did forget, perhaps, to go to a store and buy yourself a new weapon.
I was going to bring that up to you today.
Yet another thing you did not talk to me or forewarn me about.
Yeah. So that really was more of a case of me just trying to improve myself to defend your son better. And then also the hostage situation.
Sure.
And also...
But I hope you
that-
realize that now you're not just a mercenary working for your own good. Now you are working for the Doku family. You have obligations to uphold, and the things that you do and do not do affect more people than you. You not having warned me about what was going on has disabled me from being able to deploy any kind of help to aid you as it happens. I have gone about and researched about this Lord Neodontud that has been fallen at the hands of Lady Ulxian. What a surprise to find out that he has an army of kobolds at the ready, somewhere in the city, just waiting for someone to call them.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Furthermore, I imagine that there is a little bit of emergency with what you were doing, but when you neglect to tell me that someone is coming to my home to charge me 1,500 golden crowns for magical weaponry that I did not request and did not approve. It forces me to stop all of what I'm doing and go to the bank to make a withdrawal. Had I known that beforehand, I could have made arrangements. I hope, Drachdarin, you are a little bit more aware of your actions in the future, because they do affect other people. It affects us, the Dukus. I hope these have been honest mistakes and that they will not come to be repeated. Lest the alternative be true, in which you are not gifted with intelligence, and I would hate for that to be the case. That is all. You are dismissed.
He just kind of bows his head and turns around and leaves quietly. And heads back downstairs.
Sure. All three of you reconvene then at the main hall of the Duku Manor. As it's the clock, the big grandfather clock in the entrance just ticks and announces that it's now 8 in the morning.
I take back what I said about you, Falkan. You're way nicer than your father.
Nah, I'm so sorry.
There's a story here. What happened?
Oh, I just got emasculated by his father, that's all.
You
Me,
emasculated
by someone like 4 feet
by a
shorter than me.
wizard.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Hush, Falcon. We're having a serious conversation.
Don't worry about it. So, yeah, I guess I really didn't formally tell either of you. And I hold up one of my hands that has that family sigil ring on it and just part of the family now, in a way.
You're
No.
married.
What?
No. What?
We're getting married?
No.
What?
I work for his
Is
dad.
that what you want to talk to his dad about?
No, I work for his dad now. And my whole main charge is protecting this one. Just pat Falcon on the shoulder firmly.
Just described marriage.
Okay.
What? How does...
I mean,
Congratulations, Falcon.
not wrong, I guess, but either way.
It's happening so fast.
Either way about it. Let's just say, long story short, your dad's not super pleased with me at the moment.
What
What did you do?
Was it the letting me get shot by arrows?
I mean, that was one part of it, yeah. I told him you've been hit by worse.
Dad?
And that soothed his worries.
No.
This was probably the exact wrong thing to say, actually.
No wonder you were emasculated.
I'm not really the speechcraft sort. I just am, I'm a mercenary from a different freaking country. Time period, everything.
Were a mercenary.
No, not so much, yes, I understand. Either way, I am going to try and do better, I guess. But yeah, just putting that on the table. I will go get my equipment on, and I guess we're going to a trial, which worked out so well last time.
I have nothing. I have nothing.
What?
I know. Your whole thing over there was espionage, was it not?
Yes.
Which did not really pan out.
No.
Well, either we come up with some wild impromptu defense and buy you some time by, playing the Lady Ulxian kind of murdered one of my siblings thing.
I mean, her soul's literally not in her body anymore.
You don't have to go into more detail on how someone dies. You can just say someone is dead.
Just saying.
Don't just say. Anyway.
Yeah, alright.
That might be something that allows you to buy some time for, potentially being thrown in a prison, which is not the goal. We already played that once and we saw that worked out.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
It was great.
Yeah, it was kind of fun, actually.
Other than that, I could stick you in the bag of holding.
Well, I start screaming.
I knew that would happen. I won't do that. Calm down. It's fine. You would at least have company. And, 10 minutes
Screams
before you
louder.
passed out. Okay, calm down. It's fine. Not going to put you in the bag.
Vargrid's great company.
I'm sure, but he'd never find him.
He has my other short sword, by the way. That's why I need another one.
Oh, well, we can stop by that blacksmith that I surreptitiously purchased of an extremely pricey weapon from the other day.
Is that what you got in trouble for?
Partly, yeah. I consistently forget how much nobles don't like when people spend their money, even if it is to try and protect their son.
Well, that's not some... Did you tell him? Was it okay with it?
No. Oh, I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Remember, I'm new to this whole thing. I act like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. So...
Yeah, Dad's a little uptight about the whole kid dying thing after, one of us going AWOL and going into the Shadowfell.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be, remember, 2 of you, and hopefully you won't stay there, and hopefully we come back with a +1 and a -1, technically.
-1?
Killing Lady Ulxian.
Oh, right, yeah, but wouldn't that just be... Wouldn't she just never be in the equation?
Well, you have to have a -1, that is how math works. You cannot just have a +1. She is a
We're
1.
not adding her, right?
Well, I'm killing her and bringing her head back.
What are we doing about his cousin, though? Are we killing him, too? Are we going for net zero?
No,
we
should
should
we're
probably not kill...
cousin.
Well, unless your cousin's a monster, in which case I will have to kill him.
No, we just knock him out.
Have you ever tried to knock out monsters?
Yes.
And?
I had magic missile the bird the other day.
And did it explode into a billion pieces? Your silence speaks volumes.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is, if he's a monster, we can just knock him out, drag him back, throw him in some place where we can just throw magic at him until something happens, and then bam, back to normal.
He won't just magic his way out of his situation.
I mean, you can magic your way out of any situation. It's called Wish. I don't know what you're talking about.
What wishful thinking. Either way,
it's a broken fucking spell.
Throwing mud at a wall until it sticks is usually not a good plan.
I wish we had a better plan.
So either way, I think as far as obviously Falcon's got the whole diplomatic immunity thing going on. So we just
It feels
try
nice
and...
not being on the chopping block for fucking once.
Well, I think Kolarys, we figured out a way to convince whatever type of court or tribunal or whoever the hell is going to be accusing you of things. Right, it's foreign, right? Try and convince them that there are bigger things afoot than just petty politics.
Falkan, what was that book I stole for you again?
The cursed one.
Yeah, the cursed book.
You have no idea what's in it.
Horrible things. Mostly involving, lichdom.
Give me the book.
No.
I need it!
For what?
No one's going to want to be associated with this book.
Okay, so what are you going to do when you hold up the book?
have them thank me for taking it off their hands.
Where did you stole that from the academy, though, didn't you?
Shit.
Don't use the book.
We're not using the book.
The whole point of this partly was they stole your family sword first, didn't they? Was that what part of the whole thing?
That was when they captured me.
Oh, wow! They put it in
Hmm.
like a trophy room that fast.
I know, right? I was surprised.
No, you've
Nobles.
done literally nothing but illegal activity.
Hey, I can relate.
To be fair,
I've been there.
Kolarys was in a jail for 2 weeks.
What's the food like?
Food? They gave you food?
I didn't get food. I was there for like 1 day. They beat me and made me naked.
And then we
There's
beat
this
the hell out of
lying
them.
guy across from me making very loud fucking noises.
I think it was cheese.
You
What?
think it was cheese? As in, like, it could have been, or maybe not?
Exactly.
Drac, can we go back to jail? I didn't get to try the prison cheese.
You don't want prison cheese, my friend.
Hmm.
It's okay.
Alright.
Maybe I'll just stay in the Shadowfell.
No, 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 you don't.
Maybe
no.
that's a bad idea.
No. So, okay. Hear me out, but presumably, if this is a trial, you will have the chance to convince some higher power that you could potentially bring Lady
Oh god, I
Ulxian-
beseech thee.
Not quite that high. Calm down.
Oh.
You'd have to pick one, and that's hard. He says in the future where there are multiple, whereas there aren't yet. Anyway.
Paladin subclass.
Oh no. Either way, I think the main goal should be you present that you and us could bring Lady Ulxian to justice. We present that case and turn the whole thing back on them. Make it a, hey, I'm not going to jail. I'm going to go bring in a technically fugitive.
I don't think that's going to go very well either.
I think it's going to go just fine. I mean, do you have a better plan?
No.
Exactly. So,
I hate this so much.
I don't like courtrooms. The last time we were in one, a lot of stupid things happened. And then, like, some strange guy came in and, never mind. Long story.
What?
Do you have to... Well, you were there, Falcon.
Yeah.
Either way,
Where there is a strong term.
he was standing in the back. He was present physically.
Yeah. I existed.
Do you need to, like, wear something nice for the trial? Like, what?
I mean, you should.
We should put Drac in a tux.
Tux is enough
Counter-
for trial.
Yeah, counterpoint. Probably too fancy. That's for, like,
Just like a
funerals.
suit.
That's for the wedding. Okay.
We're not...
Oh my.
I mean,
Get you a gown. Let's go get you a wedding dress.
he already wears robes. That's a third of the way there.
How's that a dress?
Long, flowy, covers most of you. Ties around the middle of the chest, right?
Does it look nice?
It's a dress.
Does it look nice?
Your robes?
Yeah.
Mm. Is it the one with all the holes in it that's been burned like 17 times?
I have new orbs.
Okay, so maybe put on a new set, but yeah, that'd probably be fine. I'll probably just show up in armor. If that's the case.
Note to self, get new robes.
I
Do
don't
you have, like, official Doku family uniform now?
All I have is the ring.
That is unfortunate.
Well, I don't really think that Kurades, like, get a uniform. You just have your look, and then you are employed, it seems.
Get your text and you can be the butler.
I will kick your butler out the window if you're
What?
not careful. Not the butt. It was a play on.
Yes, during the trial, then I'll run away and we're all solved. Got it.
I mean, also an option, technically.
Fucking, you got anything?
What? Who, me?
We're just coming up with ideas to not land Kolarys in prison. That's all.
Okay. Respectable idea. But, just bring up the dead sister thing. What about that red dragon dude? You can literally testify.
And if they have been interrogating those two shits that we fought, then they should know plenty.
Yeah, exactly. Little gremlin
What does
shit.
this have to do with Grodzina?
Proving your innocence against Lady Ulxian?
Well, yeah. Again, two separate things, though, is the problem.
Is it?
The problem is, Kolarys went to a foreign country into a noble's castle and tried to steal some shit and got caught.
Oh, right. I forgot you fucked up there.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. What even really were you there to steal anyway? You've alluded to documents, but not the contents.
Incriminating? Were those documents? I think those documents were actually were for Lady Ulxian.
Kolarys, did you know what was in the documents, or did you just steal them?
I knew they were incriminating.
You have no idea what were in the documents. You just heard rumors saying that the documents had very incriminating evidence against your family. You have not looked at the story any further to really find out what they were about. Although, by now you have had like enough encounters that you can guess at what they were. In fact, screw it. You're not gonna go over back to Dreaming to get those documents. Make me an intelligence check. Or, yeah, an intelligence check.
Intelligence? Wow.
You don't know that.
Yeah, to piece things together.
There's a portal to the Shadowfell over there.
Okay, that's fair enough. So,
No modifier.
the modifier.
Oh wait,
should
no,
be
that
there.
was. Wait.
Yeah, that should
Did
have been a
you
+2.
not click-
You
did you
rolled
click
as
on
the
you?
token, I believe.
I rolled as the token again.
Yeah.
How do I roll?
You should have your
Foundry.
character sheet open, but still, 15 plus 2 is 17, which is more than enough. You had to be the 15, regardless. In any case,
Okay, there we go. It is a +2.
in any case, Kolarys, you start to think things through in your head, and now with all the evidence that has been presented itself, you start to remember that Lady Ulxian owns the academy, and you did break into the academy to steal a book. Not only an important book, but also a dangerous book based on its contents, seeing as also how it was on the forbidden section of the library. So you imagine that this incriminating evidence that was sent to Dreaming could have been Lady Ulxian writing to them about how you are a petty thief, stealing something dangerous that could jeopardize the whole of the whole hold that Talam Forward has on the north. Of course, you imagine that she probably exaggerated something because they would not care if you stole a book from some library. So imagine that she told them that you specifically had stolen something and that they could now start some manner of foreign international investigation onto your family until eventually they would find the truth, accuse you of being a thief, and then have your whole family accused of several many things in an attempt to diminish your family's power until you all were deported or, exiled or whatever. But it could also have only been some manner of bait for you to try and go to Dreaming to get those documents back and get caught. And in doing so, incriminating you even further, since now they have actual proof that you went over there and, attacked a lord or did whatever it is. Just escaping from jail, from prison, is a big enough crime. Or going over there is a big enough crime. And in fact, you know yourself to be a very stealthy thief, rogue rather. So you wonder, how did they know that you were coming to be able to find you and catch you so fast? Maybe they did have some forewarning that someone was gonna come for those documents. So maybe it was all a plan all along from Lady Ulxian to try and get you incriminated over there, and then use that to destroy your and your family's reputation. It was all just a bait, perhaps. Or that's what you think by connecting all the evidence.
Oh, I'm an idiot. It was all just a trap. I never had to go. She didn't have anything. But by getting me over international borders, that opens up the ability to investigate.
Oh.
So what we need to do is prove that there's an association between Grodzina and Lady Ulxian.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And also, remember, she has a very powerful artifact with her, one that was supposed to be locked up.
Yeah, she has that one. She's used ritual sacrifice. She's... Basically, if we can attach this whole thing to her, I'm in the clear.
Yeah, so what I said earlier about the book. Definitely bring the book.
Falkan, give me the book.
Grumbles and hands the book.
Hey, maybe we can get some of the, someone in the court to look it over.
Maybe not
Because
today.
I mean, fix the curse on it. Because I imagine whatever's inside it is incredibly incriminating. Why would a respectable school keep something like this?
By the way, you still have like 1.5 hours until it's time to go to court, so, you have time to go and look it up yourselves.
Yeah, we could just go do that.
Do I get to come to school with you, Falcon?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to stick out like a
I
sore
thought you were looking for a priest.
Well, if we can, priests aren't the only one that can get rid of powerful magic. Maybe someone else can. Who knows what we'll find. Also, bit of doing some research on such things like, should Lady Ulxian have even had that thing in the first place, and does her using it mean that she is actually much worse than someone who stole something? I would imagine it is because it's literally a staff that consumes life force.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I would imagine.
give me 10
Well, if we
minutes.
can tie all of this to Lady Ulxian in the school, if anything, it goes back to that thing where they will just have to thank me for uncovering this and taking the book.
And then instructing you to go get her.
Yes.
Now we have a plan. It will all fall apart the moment we try and execute it.
Yeah.
I'm so worried. I'm just gonna go to jail and break out, okay?
No. We did that once and I killed a guy. I'm not planning on doing that again.
To be
But
fair,
you
it wasn't
love
your
killing guys.
That one was kind of bad, though. was kind of an accident. I just didn't want to kill the man. I just wanted to knock him out and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go put my gear on. I'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes. And he just turns around and goes trundling back up the stairs to go get his equipment on.
Of course. So all of you do get ready for the big day ahead of you guys. So where are you going next?
Academy first?
I wear my academy uniform.
Sure. It's still a robe. It's somewhat different from the robe that you usually wear. It screams less Falcon and screams more just student of the academy.
Prep.
You lose a little bit of your identity in donning those robes, but you do fit in a little bit better with the other kids.
I love the education system.
I didn't realize that I was making commentary, but lo and behold, I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
You really absolutely did.
Wow, okay. Yeah, you all make your way to the academy. Thankfully, it's not that far. It take you guys only like 15 minutes, so it's now 8:45. And the academy is also close to like the center of town, so it's easier to go to the town hall, to the temple if you need anything like that. But here you are, the academy, all three of you, I imagine. Unless someone stay behind.
Oh no, I am sticking with these two.
Okay. Thankfully, the first class only truly starts at 9 in the morning, so you still have some time, you know, to go around, find people and such. At one moment, as you guys are kind of walking down, there is the unmistakable frame of Marty, a little bit far away, who instantly recognizes you, or rather notices you, and then recognizes you. In fact, everyone notices you because of Drachdarin's size. But Marty notices you, Falcon, and then comes running to you, like all the way from back where he is, like some 30, 40 feet away. He's already waving his arm at you.
One second.
A friend of yours?
Possibly. How baggy is your clothing?
What, mine?
Hide me.
Skin tight armor.
Hi,
I'm
Falcon!
Literally
Hi,
chainmail.
Hi, Falcon, how's it going? I see you're back. Are you going to go back to school with the rest of us?
I'm in school, but I'm studying abroad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sorry. Gotta do some investigation for the school and
Hey,
stuff.
Falcon, before you go, can I talk to you in private for just a second? Just you and me, like the old times? Real quick.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah,
go.
sure.
Let's. And then the two of you walk away from the group. It just as you guys do, he crosses his fingers in front of his snout and looks at you, kind of in a very like exaggeratedly theatrical manner, and says, "Well then, Falcon. I guess that if you're studying abroad, then you're not gonna be around much. I'm not gonna. Well, can I still count on you for doing that peeping spell that we were talking about?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Falcon. I just told you the other day all about it.
I don't know what spell you're talking about.
Oh. Well, in any case, Falcon.
Should we bring up this peeping spell in the trial?
Let
Hey!
him talk.
Hey, shut up. We're talking just the two of us here. And then he pulls you a little bit further away from the group, Falcon.
If there were ever an expression you could see on Falcon's face, the skull-like features of a black dragon were infinitely more prevalent in that moment.
And then Marty looks at you and says, "Well, I kinda miss when it was just the two of us hanging out, cause, I don't like that new friend you've got, the Dobrev boy. I don't like him. He makes mean comments about people to make himself feel better, It's like those people with a charisma score of 14. You know what I mean?
What's your charisma score, Marty?
Come on, Falkan, let's not get into those details. I've already told you.
Fuck, you know what your charisma score is? What the fuck are you talking about scores? We reach in, we grab your goddamn sheet.
Marty, he pulls away his backpack. He kind of opens it up and he pulls out those little playing cards that he drew himself. And there's like Falcon attack power, special skill, and some stats that he made up on his own. And then another one that he made for him. Of course, the two of you have like 9,000 attack power and other crazy skills like the explode person with a thought ability, and all of your
did he make his?
all of your
He
scores
made
are
his own
like
Magic
20.
the Gathering card. That's so cute.
I
I
feel
really
like the
wish I
world
could
is
hear this
fucking with me.
conversation. Can I hear this
I feel like the world
conversation?
is fucking with me.
Uh,
The world is fucking with
Kolarys, you can make a perception check to try and overhear what's going on. Of course, though,
Lads.
Marty is a little bit self-aware and a little bit humble to not have put both of your guys' strengths score as 20. It did put like 15. And Kolarys, you hear the entirety of it. Some of it kind of passes over your head. This whole talk of points and scores and character sheets and such, but you still get a sense of where the idea of where the conversation is going.
Oh, making fun of him does make me feel so much better.
Kolarys, you need to be a better person.
And then
It's just the man who's overhearing more than me.
and then Marty keeps going on about that with you, Falcon. See, we have a wisdom score of 20, so we're pretty good at other people, but that friend of yours is kinda mean and I don't like him.
I just turned to Drac. Has he met Falcon?
I think he met a falcon.
Okay, so. Okay, all right. We need to talk. Okay, all right. Okay. So I suffered some serious brain damage. Okay. I suffered some serious brain damage. So I don't know if I don't know if you're fucking with me. I don't know if you're fucking with me, Morty. I just need to know what is my first and last name.
What? What?
Tell me my first and last name.
You're Falcon the Cool, are you not? What's going on, Falcon? I'm scared.
I am too. I am very much scared.
I'm going to come walking up slowly behind Falcon and put both of my very large hands on either side of his shoulders and just go, we are kind of in the middle of doing something.
Pick me up.
I really
me
apologize.
up.
What?
Carry me away.
I do apologize, but I have to take this potato sack with me. We are kind of on a timeline. And I just lift Falcon up and just sling him over one of my shoulders real quick.
There is absolutely no pupils in his eyes, just white Scyllas, and he's just foaming green clouds of acid out of his mouth as he's being carried away.
I need you to understand that your friend is not doing well, and I am currently his protector, so...
Oh, wow, that's wicked! The Cool's got a parade? Oh, man. Goodbye, Falcon. Have fun, and tell me all about your parade guy later. I want to know all the details about that.
Already walking away.
Have a nice day, Marty.
That's so cool. Tell me all about what it's like to have a parade. Can you really tell him to kill someone?
Walk.
Can you do that?
Kolarys, walk slightly faster, please.
Oh, but he's so lovely, isn't
No,
he?
continue. I am so ready to hit something already today.
When
It's
I first got here.
You need me to
I've
conjure an
spent this
illusion. I
game.
don't know if you'll actually make contact with it, but
It won't. I've played that game before. I'll set Falcon back down and kind of pat him on the cheek, like, "Are you okay?"
He's gonna put both hands on your arm. He's gonna stare you dead in the eyes, and he said, just gonna stare you dead in the eyes. When you first met me, I murdered 3 men. What's a 4th more?
You told me it was only one.
No, I'm at the cat people. Remember the traumatized thing?
Oh, right. I just rests that very large hand on the side of his head gently. You're gonna be okay. It's fine. You didn't
I
kill
think
him.
he's fucking with me.
No, he's not fucking with you. He seems
when
genuinely.
I first met Drac, he murdered a god just doing his job.
That's true. But your friend seems a little confused, to say the least. I don't think he's fucking with you. He seems very genuinely just not all there. That's all.
Falkan, Kolarys, fucking Marty.
Were you
What the
three a
fuck is a
thing?
name like Marty?
Were you
What
three?
country is
Wait,
that?
hold on. Were you three like a thing, like a group of friends before
No.
all the?
Fuck
No,
no.
I don't know. I had brain. I don't remember.
Okay, I get it. He just seems very familiar with you. That's all.
What the fuck kind of name is Marty?
A normal one?
What's a normal name?
I don't know him from the future.
You have 3 syllables in the future, huh?
Actually, my full name is technically 6, so
You have 6 syllables?
don't worry about it. Come on,
What's your full name?
let's go. Let's go
What's your
find this
full name?
library of yours,
What's your full name?
Falcon.
What's your full name?
I'll
What's your
let
full
you
name?
ponder on Kolarys. Where is this library we are going to?
Past Marty.
Oh, so I can kill him.
Towards this school. No.
Oh,
No.
it was a joke. Let's just keep walking. And
I'm
I
going to
just
pretend to be dead.
I spin Falcon around and just give him a little push. Let's keep going.
Alright. So, you do make a very wide berth around Marty to, avoid him as you make your way to the library. Although, you're not entirely sure how well that'll work, seeing as Marty is another one of the students who have classes at the library, or at least he does some manner of something in the library, so he's usually there. But, despite that, it's still not in the morning, so he's not there yet. So, as you all approach the library, you do see the same professor you've seen the other day here, Falkan, who looks, as always, very displeased. Whose name I will remember in a bit, but there he is. Oh gosh dang. My notes are all over the
Change your
place.
last name. I love it when you say your full name.
What, mine?
Yes.
Drachdarin Malakas.
Oh, I love when you say your full name.
Oh, you are so very smitten over me.
It's kind of a hot name.
I have no response for that. Why is it a hot name? Why is it attractive to you? Both of you. Answer the question.
Yes.
Not because you saved my life.
See, that's a value. That's a good answer. Good answer.
Because you're fun to tease.
Oh, am I? You
You're
are
being right.
you are very lucky that I do like you to an extent.
There we
I
go.
want to steal. I want to steal the fork from Falcon's pocket and put it in Drax's pocket.
Sure.
Full sleight of hand.
Little sleight of handing around and about. Why don't you?
I'm gonna do it with mage hand, with my mage hand too, so I can just do it behind your backs.
Um, you do manage to
Eh.
take it away from Falcon's pocket, but then you do notice Drachdarin, the sun reflecting off of something, and when you try and look behind you, because you know you're trained to see things reflecting light, always expecting swords to be coming from behind you, and when you turn around, almost on instinct, you notice just a flying fork coming your way.
I reach out and grab the fork out of the air.
See, that was kind of hot.
And I just opened my hand and I kind of bent the shit out of it. Sorry.
I was going to use
Reaction.
that.
Well, it's usable technically. Still, it just doesn't go.
Yeah,
straight
you'll have to
anymore.
answer Dad about that too.
Oh, for God's sake!
So a very
Yeah, that was our stoler.
A very disgruntled man comes up to you all. You remember Rishtikar Velheim, the professor, or rather the head of the library. He walks up to the three of you. Falkan, you're still causing a ruckus, are you not? It's 9 in the morning. What do you want? I thought you were not be coming to the academy and you would be studying on your own.
Nah, we're just here to check something out. That's really it.
Very well, what is it, Falkan?
Nudges Kolarys.
Then he looks from you, Falcon, towards Kolarys, just waiting.
Oh, book here.
Looks at the book and says, Wait. And then
Yes.
he looks at the two of you and says, This book had been stolen several months ago. How come you have possession of it now?
You're welcome.
He picks it up
These-
from your hand, looks back at the two of you, looks at the book, flips through the pages a little bit. Alright. I will hear what you have to say about how you come to have this book in your possession. Mr. Delmerev, Mr. Dukul.
Why do you have it?
Why the Academy has it? We did not have it for the longest time because it was stolen. Now we have retrieved it, and we have it because this book contains studies and observations into powerful and dangerous magic. This is not to be had by anyone outside of these halls, anyone with the intent of making use of these knowledge.
So Lady Ulxian got to use it whenever she wanted?
Lady Ulxian happens to own this academy. She can do what she wants to do at any time within the realms of the academy. What is this? Why are you questioning me, young sir? I'm the one who asked how did come you have possession of this book.
Found it.
You just found it, Kolarys.
Not my fault you can't keep track of books.
Make a deception check.
I was
God damn it.
waiting for it. I'm bad at deception, so I'm.
I don't think I'm good at deception.
You're a rogue. You didn't take deception.
Oh, look at that. 17. I need you to go ahead and make a regular with complication roll.
I'm.
Oh no.
Why? Why? Just why?
These
Stop.
always wind up so high.
They are impossibly high.
Well, you were very unlucky in that roll, but he absolutely does not buy it. And looks back at you. Found it, huh? Very well then, Kolarys. I'm glad that you have found this book and decided to return it to the Academy. Is that what you wanted of me? Or was there something
No.
else?
It's not what we wanted of you at all. We did find this book, yes, but I have discovered this book is very cursed and extremely dangerous, and I'm going to need it for some studies. However, I need somebody to analyze this and make sure that the curse can be removed or analyzed as to what it can do to someone. Do not attune to this book.
Falkan. You think me a fool? I'm the one who decided this book should stay in the library in the first place. I know why this book is dangerous and why it was restricted from access in the first place.
Could you please tell me then?
Very well. Only because Cantus was your cousin after all, and I'm afraid that if I don't, your friend will just find this book again. Very well. Your cousin came up with a spell of his own. I gave him a similar assignment to that I gave you, but he decided to take that assignment into a less than wholesome conclusion. I decided still to grade him because he did do what he was meant to do, which was to create a spell. It is called Bloody Tears.
Bloody tears.
That's metal.
And the details of the spell have been posted in the group if you would like to see what it does. As it is a homebrew spell.
Oh, that group. Okay, well.
You only have the one group.
Well, I mean, we're in the chat and the thing.
In Discord. Wow. That's like a mean necrotic.
Fourth
version of
level,
Discord.
huh?
Holy shit. That's brutal. And very metal.
Right?
It is very metal.
I like it.
So, your cousin created this spell and inscribed it into this book not only as a means of the Academy having it, like I asked you to do as well, write this old new spell into a scroll and hand it to the Academy, but he also inscribed it as a curse on this book to attempt to forcefully decipher the contents of this book. You will be afflicted by that spell. The curse of this book, however, affects it differently. I believe I have told you before how the curse of the book works. I have not, have you? Have I?
Nope.
Because he didn't attune to it, so.
Oh, well, that is true. I didn't tell you, Falcon. I did tell the other two when in the after game.
Yeah, I remember.
So, the curse of the book, the grimoire of the mighty mage, is the following. Wait. Oh, that's the uncursed version. This is the cursed version. Curse. This item is cursed. Attuning to it curses you until the book is destroyed, or you are targeted by the effects of a remove curse spell or similar magic effects. After you use the special feature, which is once per day when you cast a spell, you can choose to have it be cast as one slot level higher than the one you actually use. After you use the special feature, you can only cast spells from the same school as the spell you cast as part of the special feature. If you attempt to cast a spell from another school, you must succeed at a charisma saving throw with a DC equal to 12 plus the spell's level, or the spell fails and the spell slot is consumed.
I see.
In short, if you're only casting spells from one school of magic, it's a pretty great book. Otherwise, it's iffy.
I could actually make use of that.
Very well, I will not be allowing you to have this book again, young mister. This book belongs to the Academy and to the library. Contents within are dangerous.
Oh, you don't need to worry about giving him spells. He was thinking about telefragging people with resurrection magic earlier.
What?
He's just coming. He's just like, you know, workshopping ideas for his own spell. That's all.
Don't listen to them. I can't even cast resurrection.
Falkan, I will be forced to accept whatever spell you give to me as part of your evaluation, but I would very much prefer if it were not as violent as what your friend has suggested, and if it was not as unwholesome as your cousin has made. There are so many applications of magic in our world. I'm sure you could think of something a little bit more useful than something just to cause harm or grief.
If you allow me to have the book, I can deconstruct my cousin's spell.
For
also-
what purpose?
Quick side question. The Academy does know that his cousin is kind of missing, right?
The entire city knows he's missing, yes.
Just double checking. And you did not see fit to investigate a missing persons who is kind of partly under your charge.
Lord Doku has already started an investigation into that. He also started an investigation when his own son went missing. But seeing as Falkan is back and has been gone for several months, and the investigation has not turned up any results, I would imagine he called it off. I don't know the details. I would have to ask Lord Doku for the details of said investigation.
It just strikes me a little odd that a institution with such a reputation would not put forth any effort for one of their students going missing. Understandably, Lord Dokul does have many resources, but it is kind of partly on your guys' heads too.
Lord Doku
I
has
will
sent many an agent here to the Academy, has disrupted the classes and our lives in search for his nephew, and also, Mr. Whoever, we have been held responsible in many ways. We have been trying and doing our best to locate young Cantus, but we could not, because as much as we want, we can do our best to locate persons, but when said persons go out of their way to make themselves unreachable and unfindable, there's only so much we can do.
I suppose that is understandable.
If it is
and
anything, I'm currently leading the investigation on looking for Cantus, so information like that is useful to me.
Like what is in the book, you say.
Exactly. I've been researching it for a good few days now before I got the opportunity to come here.
Make me a persuasion check, Falkan. And I would also like you to roll a regular with complication DC for this. He looks at you up and down, thinks for a moment, and says, "Very well. I suppose that if I try to keep this in my library, it's only a matter of time before your friend finds it again. Just promise, Falkan, that the contents of this book will not be used to harm anyone else."
I will not allow its contents to come to harm of any living being.
Very well.
Actually has name to it. They like it when you do that.
What?
Don't listen to him, he's drifting.
He hands off the book to you, Falkan. Very kind of unsure of what he's doing, but eventually he just gives it off back to you. Then looks at the three of you. Well, good luck with finding your cousin, and if you do, well, tell him to come back to the academy. He has a lot to answer for, the young man. I imagine, though, that this will be all. Also, Falkan, I should not be the one to be telling you this, but something tells me that you might not have had the forethought of thinking about this. So, I find it in my obligation to ask, do you know the remove curse spell?
I do not. I was actually going to talk to my father about that.
Well, you might as well enjoy the time that you're spending at the academy, as long as you promise to be quiet and not to bring your friends to make a fuss. You can't just study it here at the academy, since you are, after all, a student.
I appreciate that. I'll take the time to learn as much as I can.
Well, it's only part of my obligations, because apparently, if the students here decide to do something foolish, it is my responsibility after all. And he says that looking dead in your eyes, Drachdarin. So I cannot allow a student of this most respectable institution to come to harm by my neglect, can I now? Now off with the three of you. I have a class to teach, and my students are waiting. If that is all, have a good day, sirs. And then Rishtikar just turns around and starts to leave to go give his lecture to a bunch of kids who are just going buck wild since the teacher is 15 minutes late.
I want
Well,
to
I
slip
think-
the bent fork into his pocket as he leaves.
my god.
No.
This fucking guy.
Sure.
Oh.
Somehow Professor Wilhelm just finds himself awfully uncomfortable whenever he sits until he decides to check his pocket to find a fork. But that won't happen for another
Perfect.
20 minutes.
Perfect.
Well, honestly, that seems like it went better than you expected. Book's still cursed, though. But at least you know with what. So, I've remembered something as well. Didn't you guys find something in Lady Ulxian's house? Like documents?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Like incriminating shit?
Nope.
I thought we did.
I don't
Definitely
remember
thought-
any of it being incriminating.
I thought there were It was like letters between her and Grodzina. At least
Well, we
assumed.
gave them to.
Oh, that's right. We gave them to his dad, didn't we?
Yeah, if there was anything there, his dad has it.
That's right. Well, presumably he'll be at that trial, which we now have, I'm assuming, about an hour to get to.
I'm so going to jail, by the way.
You're not going to jail.
We don't even have the book anymore. Whose bright idea was it to come to this school where we stole it from?
I have the book right here, though. You gave it to me.
Speaking of which, I've put it into your character sheet, Falkan. It's the Grimoire of the Mighty Mage. Grimoire of the Mighty Mage.
All right.
You are currently
Yeah.
not attuned to it, but it is identified.
Don't attune to it. Don't do it.
Okay. Well, the attunement curse only affects it when I use the effect, so I can't attune to it, use it. I will just only suffer the penalty if I use the power of upgrading my spells.
Fair.
That's
It's an
what I
upgrade
thought.
fireball.
Shut up. You can't prove that. Polymorph.
Not right now. Both of you.
Also, the book, even if you don't use it, the special effect, it still has the cool thing where it gives you a +1 to your attack roll, spell attack rolls, and saving throw DCs.
Which is super duper.
All of
Might
your
as well
wizard
attune to it.
spells.
You should really probably attune to that. Just saying.
I was definitely planning on it, so I don't die.
Yeah.
I create a little minor illusion of a Kolarys sheep.
So it's now 9:20. Where are you guys going to next? Or what are you doing next, rather?
What do we think?
I'm just gonna go grab the irons right now. I'm going to jail.
Kolarys, you need to have a positive mental attitude.
My sister died and I don't have any defense.
I mean, again, you have the whole thing between potentially Lady Ulxian and Grodzina that might have been setting you up as a trap for your family. Because for some reason she did not like your family, it seems. Also, the fact that Falkan's cousin studied under Lady Ulxian and then went kind of missing. Kind of a big red flag.
Kind of important.
I was going to bring that up, but I didn't think it was pertinent. And also the fact that you could bring up the fact that she literally has a necromantic artifact and just used it on a girl. Just, out of nowhere. You have plenty of defense. We'll be fine. Falcon's dad will be there. Your whole family presumably will be there. We just go to the town hall and we work through it, right?
I'll go buy another sword.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely do that too. Blacksmith, then town hall.
Oh boy, you're making me pull out the books. So what kind of sword are you looking for? Just a regular sword or a kick-ass sword?
Yeah, did regular.
Okay. Not spending a lot of money today, are we?
I don't have a lot of money.
Didn't I give you like 500 gold crowns?
I have 50 PP. I don't know what that means.
That's platinum.
Platinum.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's 500.
Yeah, that's a lot
fif-
of money.
50 platinum or PP is 500 gold PP, or rather gold Ps or...
I have 520
crowns.
gold.
There
I
you
was
go.
about to ask, how the fuck are you out of money? You literally picked the, what is it, royalty stat? What are you? Lord or something?
Noble.
Noble. Yeah, good God, no. Money should be like your boon.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have 520 golden crowns to spend as you see fit.
Buy me
I just
more
want a
gold.
regular sword.
Sure, what kind of sword is it? I imagine another rapier, or what are you looking for?
Short sword.
A short sword, yeah, I imagine.
Something I can use my new feet for.
Your feet.
My
Ah,
dual wield
yes.
feet.
What is your new feat?
Dual wielder. You can use two weapon fighting even when the one-handed melee weapons you are wielding aren't light. You can draw and stow two one-handed weapons when you normally would be able to draw or stow only one. So you need a second sword. It does not need to be light, but for you to use dexterity, it has to have finesse.
Yes, something with finesse, absolutely.
As it happens, the only thing that has finesse but is not light turns out to be a rapier. So now you can
Oh,
dual
okay,
wield
I'll take it.
rapiers.
And you know,
Look at you. Like
Uh,
a Dark Souls 2 boy.
Your
I'm
power
gonna
stancing.
R1 spam the hell out of things.
that's right.
No, if you're power stancing, you should use the L1 attacks.
Poke, poke, poke,
Uh,
poke.
Easy mode, huh?
The rapier costs 25 golden crowns. So take away 25 gold pieces from your character sheet and add yourself a rapier. Or do you
God,
want me?
how do I do this?
Yeah, I thought you would ask. Well, I imagine.
49 platinum.
Yeah, imagine the money conversion you can do. Roll
Okay, how much was it again?
25 gold.
So 2.5 platinum.
Yeah, so you're gonna end up with 48 platinum and 15 gold.
50 platinum and 20 gold.
What? You should lower your platinum to 48 and your gold to 15.
It'd be 49 gold.
What?
Math.
Or wait, no. So 1 platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yes. So just write down that you have 48 platinum
48
and 15
and
gold.
Okay, I see what you mean. Don't
It's okay.
get
It's,
much
okay.
sleep.
it's late night / early morning, so we're all just out of our element.
There we go.
What do you think we are, playing D&D, that we're nerds who know math? No, we're gosh dang just boys. We're streamers.
The engineer sits here quietly. He also doesn't know math.
Of course, you don't know math, you just know how to engineer things. So
Right.
now, at the very top right of your character sheet, above where is your level, there's like a 3-dot thing. You click those 3-dot thing. The second option should be equipment shop. You can just go there, type in rapier, and then just click the buy thing. Although because we already deducted price because I'm a dope, you just hold down Control and then click to add the thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you add the thing, and then you just click confirm, and it should go into your character sheet as a new item for you. So with that out of the way, where else are we doing? As it's 9:30. You have 30 minutes before the trial begins.
We should probably just head back to that town hall and talk to Falkan's dad and see if we can collate evidence before, the thing.
Speaking of which, all of the evidence that you have found at Lady Ulxian's house, you have handed to Falcon's dad.
Exactly. Why we should go talk to him.
Okay. So this is
Because
the...
presumably he's also at the place the trial's going to take place.
Heck yeah. So is that where you guys are going now?
Yeah.
Okay. So boom, all of you suddenly appear in front of the courthouse as it's just a few minutes before the trial itself. Your father, Lord Deku, I will never remember his name, Revosrus. There we go. He is there talking to someone else, and as you approach, you freeze in your steps, Falkan, because this other adult dragonborn that he's talking to is the spitting image of Marty, except a few years older.
Oh.
And when they notice you, your father, he just kind of looks at your way, nods, and then goes back to talking to this other dragonborn, just slightly acknowledging your presence, but doesn't make any effort to stop talking to you or anything. Or stop to talk to you or anything. As you guys have just entered into the town hall that they are preparing for a trial.
Just nudge Falcon like, well, he's your dad. You go talk to him.
About what?
You go talk to him.
Oh, what again?
We're trying to. We handed him all those papers and documents and things that you guys stole quietly. And see if he came up with anything about that, because that could kind of be extremely valuable in keeping your best friend out of prison.
That is true, but I also feel like this is also up Kolarys' alley.
You want Kolarys to go talk to your dad?
Yeah, I'll be here for emotional support.
That seems quite backwards, but
Is it?
either way, we'll just wait for them to finish conversing and then interrupt.
Okay, the real reason is because, oh, see, I've been up for like 22 hours and I'm starting to become numb. And it's nothing against you.
Out of character, you mean?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh no, Spacey.
It's okay.
Don't pass out
Is
on
it
us. Just 1.5 more hour. Then you can go to
No,
bed.
I got this. But I do
You
have to go use the
forget.
bathroom, so,
Yeah.
go talk to Daddy Dearest.
Time for you to chug a whole jug of coffee.
Oh,
God.
I'm sitting here like inhaling G Fuel like you wouldn't believe.
Oh lord.
He forgot that he had D&D and did a long stream.
I didn't. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I was like, I missed 2 days of streaming, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do something really nice for my community and do a little marathon. And then 10 hours in, Tanky pops in and is like, don't forget about D&D. And I'm like, shit.
Well then. Well,
Anyway,
I am glad that you still decided to uphold your commitment and show up despite being almost dead inside and outside.
I like y'all. I have fun here.
Well, I'm glad you do.
I'm just tired. I love y'all. I hated last time that I couldn't show up.
Spacey, go to the bathroom.
So,
just like so much. Okay.
As-
I'm just gonna wait until they're done conversing.
as you go over there, Kolarys, you notice that Falcon's dad, Lord Revosrus, Dooku, is talking to this other man who only now you see the connection and the resemblance. The man that he's talking to is... Make a history check.
Oh gosh.
I gotta stall for time. Gotta ask for you guys to roll things. Oh boy. Yeah, this is Fandral Kisrol. Just so happens to be a lawyer. He is also the spitting image of Falcon's friend Marty. So you think that you remember somewhere in your mind after, you know, years and years interacting with Falcon and being around his life for so long, that this seems to be Marty's father. Not quite a noble of status like you yourself or the Dooku's, but still someone of importance in town. A semi-noble, one would say. So, Lord Kisro ends up talking to Lord Dooku and then turns to you. To the three of you, and just nods very earnestly and says, "Well, hello there. This is kind of a predicament, the ones in which the two of you find yourselves in. It's been quite the time that since I have last seen you, young Falcon, and in a way, you too, Kolarys. It's been so long. I have been dead worried about the two of you, but hopefully, thankfully, you're doing good and you're keeping to your studies. But we are here to talk about the trial. As it has come to my attention, the two of you are being accused of going to dreaming in Talon Forard, assaulting one of their nobles, a dragon, and breaking into their manor, and rather breaking out of their prison. Um, Also, the fact that you have vanished for quite a while. It's not looking bright for you, but on the other hand, what is looking bright is the fact that they have imprisoned you, Kolarys, for a long amount of time, and during which no envoys have been sent to alert us here in Madlanak of your imprisonment. So that is not looking good for them. They will have to answer to that, as we will have to answer to what has happened to you. As for
That
you,
makes sense, considering it was a setup by Lady Ulxian, who's dealing with unholy magic, but...
now, let's not get our let's not get our cavals in front of the wagon. Let's take this slow. Let's take it calmly and responsibly. We don't want to be throwing accusations to anyone just yet. We want to make sure we build up our case step by step until we get to the final point where we can finally have the groundwork done before we can present our newest proof, evidence, and accusations. You can't just start the trial by saying those things right out of the gate. That will make everything collapse in on itself. We need to be patient. Also, Falcon, I am now aware that you have academic immunity and you need not take part in this trial, or rather you do, but they will not be finding you guilty of anything, and even if they do, you will be considered to have been working as an agent of the Empire, so, well, you are, as they say, off the hook. It is not an expression I would use lightly, so this is very good, but also this is kind of very bad for many other reasons that we don't have time to get into right now. As for you, Kolarys, this is complicated, your situation, but I'm sure that we can at least make a little bit of headway and probably, hopefully, convince them of foul play, several lateral misdeeds, other such things, and we can bring them around onto you. Fortunately, you are being judged in your own hometown, which is good. Everyone's already on your favor, nobody wants to turn you in. The Delmarev's popularity is also good, so you have a lot going on in your favor. I don't want to make any promises, and I don't want to say that I am sure we're gonna get our way. I want to know, manage and set our expectations in case everything goes down the drain. We still are trying to do our best, and I have high hopes that things will go alright. I will not make any promises, but I want you to look hopeful. Having a good attitude going into these things is one surefire way of making sure that your mind is relaxed, and when your mind is relaxed, the ideas come through your brain a lot faster, and in doing so, we're able to come with better arguments and counterpoints to the things that they are presenting against you. Does that make sense, Kolarys?
I'm so going to jail.
Now, I have just said we don't want to go into this with a bad attitude and a bad outlook. We want to make sure that everything is on our side. We want you going calm, and we want to also not look guilty. That is the most important thing. Can you do that for me, Kolarys? Can you try not to look guilty?
Yes, sir.
Very well then. Falkan, unfortunately, you do have to go into trial as well. Any and all accusations against you will fall flat on the ground, but you still have to show up, just that so they can see that you are, after all, working for the Empire. If you do not show up, that will look very suspicious, and your immunity could be dropped at any moment. So you do have to show up, unfortunately. But thankfully, you are
That is
already
fine.
here.
Yeah, I'll just show up and keep my mouth shut.
Very well then. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I guess I'll just stand around and look good.
Yes, I think you will need to hand off all of your weapons, sir. Although you are a Kurade, are you not?
I am. In fact, I am the
Oh.
Dokul family's grade.
Then you're fine, though. They overlook Kurades, mostly. But I'm afraid you will have to stay in the rafters. They will not allow you to be on the floor during the trial.
Yeah, understandable.
In any
I
case,
suppose.
we're gonna be late. Let's go into the courtroom. And then he kind of ushers you all into the courtroom. Everyone's already seated everywhere. The trial was just about to begin, and in fact, it does. At the moment the three of you go in, Drachdarin, you have to sit a little bit further back.
I just try and find the biggest spot I can sit, and if not, I'll just stand.
Thankfully for you, there are spots for Kurades. It's common to have Kurades sitting in trials, so either if you're taking the stand or if you're just watching in the gallery, there are places for you, which is fortunate. As for Falkan and Kolarys, the two of you sit down in at the stand on the defense side, alongside the one, the only Fenderol, Kizrol, Marty's father, and also your lawyer in this case. On the other hand, on the other side, on the prosecution, there does seems to be a Dragonborn, kinda looking out of place altogether. Eventually they come and introduce him as the prosecution and also the envoy for Talan Forard, Gurdan Warel. And eventually the judge, who also happens to be a Kurade, starts presiding over the trial. You do quickly recognize this this Kurade, Drachdarin. It is none other than Fairwarm.
He's a judge?
Yes.
Apparently,
Oh,
he
boy.
was called back from the capital to decide this. Or rather, he didn't even leave. He thought he was leaving, but they didn't allow him because, there's a trial going on. And little do you know, but Kolarys, go ahead and make a history check. You too, Falkan, make a history check. Who knows, maybe one of these days you remember something.
Ooh, that high number, though.
Would you look at that? You do remember something. Kolarys, while you're still a little bit baffled by this whole situation and a little bit nervous, thinking about what is your defense, Falkan, you have taken Martis' father's word to heart, and you are very relaxed as you go into this, so much so that indeed things do come to your head, and you think back and something just comes into your mind. Ah, yeah. Kurades are, after all, considered to be holy warriors. And as such, they can take all manner of positions in town. They could be mayors, they could be judges, they could pretty much do whatever. If they want to. They don't because, all of them have deep roots in war and just any time of activities, so they don't actually, sit down behind the desk and go doing lawyering all day long. But if they wanted, they could just say, "Hey, I want to be a judge," and doors would simply open to them.
Quietly thinks to himself, I could totally have Drac play the system.
It isn't that easy though, because a new curate such as Drachdarin would still need to prove himself a little bit, but curate who are, just around for a while, they can at any time they don't want to serve their families anymore, just resign and then take up whatever other spot they want. You don't know where this knowledge comes from. You think it's part of the studies that you have been doing this past few days, or just something you overheard someone saying, but then came back into your mind just then and there. But it's good information to have, you think, to yourself.
Well, heck.
So, the trial starts very familiarly for Drachdarin and Falkan, who have been at a trial once. Not so much for you,
Deja
Kolarys.
vu. Yeah, you're right.
It is kind of jarring a little bit as the judge, Warren, just stands up, looks at everyone and says, "Well, citizens of Madlanak, we are joined here today to judge one Falkan Duku and Kolarys Delmirev for their crimes as presented by the envoy of Drumin in Talam Forward. The fuck is his name again? Where's my little paper with his name?"
Just imagining the Dragonborn saying that, like, oh, what the fuck's this guy name? I don't know. It's fucking this guy.
Pretty much. Like, seriously, this piece of paper was in front of me just now. How did it vanish so fast? Warrell, I think. The guy from Dreaming. You have accused, or rather, you brought forth the accusations made by your peers that these two have broken into your hold, the hold of your lord, rather, and assaulted them in their own home, to which I turn to you, Mr. Fenderall, and then Mr. Warrell just nods up and says, "Well, yes, these two have been very naughty. They have been in dreaming. They have done unspeakable things. They have not only assaulted my lord, but they have also murdered a guard. And not only that, they have kidnapped a couple of guards, too. If that is not evil behavior, my lords and ladies of the court, I don't know what is. I would see them, my lords would see them brought to justice. Under your wise counsel, of course." There's a little bit of chatter in the gallery, and then Fenderall, he just turns to him and says, "Well, it has also come to our attention that these two have been imprisoned. Most noticeably, Kolarys Delmirev has been imprisoned for a period of over 2 weeks, during which no envoy was sent here to Madlanak to alert us to his imprisonment. I don't want to go ahead and accuse anyone of anything, but it would seem like with that kind of record, you are not planning to do that anytime soon. And furthermore, if he had not escaped, he had no intentions of coming forth whatsoever." At which point there's a lot of chatter going on in the gallery. The judge just looks back at Warrell and asks, "Is that true?" And the other Dragonborn just starts fumbling a little bit. "Well, yes, but also it must not be forgotten that They could have always just waited a little bit longer or tried to talk to us. They could have tried a number of tactics. But as soon as that one over there, and he points to you, Falkan, as soon as that one over there and his bodyguard showed up, they started wreaking all manner of havoc. They killed the guard, kidnapped 2 other guards, and they have done all manner of things. Besides, international diplomacy can be a little bit slow at times, especially at these conturbed times we're having currently, what with what the Almighties are doing all the way down there in Rosenfell. Then all of the court settle down a little bit to gather their thoughts. Your lawyer once again thinks for a little bit. But you see, my lord, Falkan here is an envoy of our own. He is an agent of the Empire under a special mission to rescue one Kolarys, Delmirev, from his imprisonment. Word has been had that he had been being held there, and we sent him there to rescue our fellow countrymen instead of waiting for your slow and dubious diplomacy. He was just following our orders, and our crown will take responsibility for the actions of Falkan. As for Kolarys himself, should have let him go after hearing out what he had to do. Which, by the way, what was it that he was there to do? I imagine you didn't imprison him just for taking a stroll over your lands. I imagine he has caused you some manner of harm or grief that led to his imprisonment. The prosecution just... Well, he had tried to break into the castle of my lord and steal things, precious documents, and other such things. In fact, he did break into our treasury during his daring escape. We still have not been able to make a full inventory, but he has disturbed the local denizens and also taken things from us. He was...
I'm just gonna show the rapier. I'm like, you mean this one with my family's name on it?
At this point, all of the courtroom kind of erupts a little bit with everyone talking at once, but then the judge just says, "Silence! Lord Worrell, what is the meaning of that accusation?" And you see that he's like looking for words, looking back and forth with his eyes for a little while. It is a tradition of our people back in Talam Furard that whenever we capture invaders of any kind, we're entitled to take their belongings as ours. Those who decide to enter our realm and attempt to break our laws are void of their possessions. All we did was follow the way things have always been, ever since the end of the Draconic Wars. We were not doing anything outside of our own rules, whom your citizen has decided to break in the first place. Furthermore, as for the documents, we heard tale that your lordling had been up to mischief. This tale accused him, these documents we have, accused him of breaking into your own local academy, stealing a very important necromantic book, and handing it off to none other than the so-called agent of the Empire. For whatever reasons those are, we don't know. We do know, though, that after getting the book, he vanished for several months, during which none of his actions are countable. Nobody knows what he has done this time that he has been away. He could very well be raising an army of undead, for all we know. And then this document went on to say that this lordling would come to try and steal back said documents. Not only because they are incriminating, but they described him as being a prideful, young, foolish lord that would fall into this. And lo and behold, he did. Instead of coming to us, trying to parley with us, talk to us, he did, after all, try to steal this. It was he who broke all manner of diplomacy beforehand, not us. As you can see, lords and ladies of the court, we were just minding our own business and looking after our own interest when your lordling came into our realm and attempted to do crimes. At which point the court all look at the judge, who then looks at the defense, back to Fenderall, who's kinda sweating a little bit, and back to you, Kolarys. As they are waiting to see if the defense comes up with any manner of rebuttal.
So you admit it was a setup?
We do not know whether or not it was a manner of setup, but even if it was, we don't see any illegal doings from your side, and our side did even less illegal things. All we did was held the document at our own hold. We have done nothing more than that.
And what was this information you had?
He just said the one that you stole a book of necromancy and handed off to Falkan.
How did you know that?
It was written in the document.
Where'd you get this document?
It came from an informant in Madlanak. This supplier of information has not quite disclosed their names, just a little sign at their document. And then he produces the document and shows it to the court, and you all can see that this document is signed with a Q, with where the squiggly line of the Q is a double-headed snake.
Oh. So the lady into necromancy just happened to tell you exactly what I took from the school.
What lady are you talking about? We just got
That
this
right
document.
there. The double-headed snake.
This Q. What lady answers by this Q that you speak of? At which point Fenderall, your lawyer, just goes, well, you see, we also found the documents left behind by one Lady Ulxian after she departed, by which we mean vanished, possibly ran away, leaving behind her two sons after committing the most grievous of acts. They have given us permission to look into their manor, and in our investigation we found these documents. left behind by Lady Ulxian behind a series of traps. One of these documents is also signed with a Q with a two-headed snake, and it claims that the deed has been done and that someone had been killed. We believe that this someone that has been killed is another noble of our city, one Lord Neodontud, Vargrid Neodontud. At which point everyone in the court just gasps loudly at the mention of that name that has brought upon so many rumors so little time ago. At which point Fendro also says, and not only that, but we have further proof of that. It is not the most pleasant of truths, of proof even, that we would be willing to share, but should the judge require that proof to be displayed, we can present it. It is a noble who has been killed by Lady Ulxian, very same that we just mentioned. He claims to have been sent here by other realms to kill her as revenge for having been killed by her. And the whole time that Fenderall is explaining this whole thing, the court is going uproar and shouts of necromantic magic is just going off. And at this point, people are kind of unsure of which side really to take with all of this, but the shouts of necromancy are kind of drowning, and it seems like everyone's kind of mad with the whole accusation and everything else.
I don't know, but a school associating with necromancy and a foreign kingdom associating with necromancy doesn't sound so good to me.
What my client means to say isn't that your kingdom of Talam Farard is involved in necromancy, but rather that it has unknowingly dabbled with an informant who dabbles with necromancy. So everything that has been sent in that document, in that letter, everything that has been said and done by Lady Ulxian, whom we believe is the one who sent this letter, should be taken with a grain of salt, as she does not have the best interest of the living at her heart. At which point the judge then just looks at the defense for a little while, then back at the prosecution, thinks for a little bit and says, "Very well, I shall see this Lord Vargrid then, and hear what he has to say. Those in this courthouse who would not take kindly to this, to talk of necromancy, I urge you to leave before this topic gets even more loaded with this most foul subject." And at those words, some people in the courtroom they get up and leave. Some others they just they take the vacated seats closer to the stands so they can hear and see everything a little bit better. Some people are definitely invested in this. A lot of other people are just too flabbergasted by the mention of necromancy and undead to even consider being there for any longer than they have to be. And at some point, everyone just looks at the defense, and Fenderall just looks at the two of you and says, Kolarys, then now would be a good time to show us your Vargrid that I believe is traveling with the three of you?
Yes, but we've been unable to espouse him here due to the anti-undeath protections around the city. I would be more than willing to show him, assuming it would be safe for him to do so in this courtroom.
At which point the Fairworm, the silver crate, he just says, it should be safe for him to come out. To just be restrained by the magical wards that protect us from the presence of the undead. It should be harmless. We should also not be harmed. You can
But
have my word.
my associate Drax has has our friend. If he would be allowed to approach and present.
The Fairworm looks at the stands and sees Drachdarin over there and then nods. Very well.
I'll slowly stand up and kind of reach around behind me and pull up the bag of holding. Gotta walk up and flip it open, reach inside, and just think for a moment, and then the whole of Vargrid out and just place him right there.
Of course. As soon as you do that, a lot of people shriek in horror as you pull a full-grown man from inside your bag, and then people shriek again when they realize that he isn't dead after all. And then they shriek even more when he starts to stand up. Very slowly, very shakily, and you see that Vargrid, he wasn't the most energetic of persons before, but now he seems even more sapped of his energy. It does seem like whatever arcane wards act within the city to stop the undead, they do hinder them quite a lot. And Vargrid very slowly stands up. I had not known the feeling of pain so long, but the wards in this place, they burn me. The pain is palpable again. Where am I? What am I doing here?
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, may I present the late but still with us, Lord Neoduntud.
A lot of the people in the court are just going insane. Several people faint, and you can see reporters just writing madly in their notepads, just going wild with the big revelation that Vargrid Neoduntud is kind of alive after vanishing for a while. And you imagine just what kind of repercussions this will have for the Neoduntud family in the future. However, the Silver Dragonborn parade looks down at him and says, I take it you are Vargrid Neoduntud. Please, tell to the court what you have to say about Lady Ulxian and whatever has happened to you. And then Vargrid just repeats the same story that you know very well, but it's news to pretty much everyone else in this room. I have been killed by that foul woman, that vermin that walks the earth. She has seen to my demise, and I can know no rest until she is laying down on the floor dead, with her life having sapped out of her body. I cannot sense her. Not in this realm. She's escaped to the Shadowfell. At which point, of course, everyone again just starts doing an uproar and talk of necromancy, the undead, the Vargrid Nildontud, the Shadowfell, Lady Ulxian, on what's going on. All of that starts to literally flood the court, and just the cacophony of voices can hardly let any of you guys think at all. And then, at which point Fairwarm is just slamming his massive fists on the table, just asking everyone to be quiet. So, Lady Ulxian has seen fit to try to see the demise of one of our nobles, and then engineer the demise of another, one Kolarys, Demirev, by sending him into a foreign land. Finding him guilty of a crime that he was forced to commit to secure his own escape and safety. And then upon his return, Lady Ulxian saw fit to try and attack them again, as we known from the events of last night, which I'm sure everyone is aware of, where Lady Ulxian has killed yet another noble in our city. And yet, all you want to see is punishment for this one denizen of Madlanak. Is that right, Lord Worrell? And the Dragonborn at the prosecution that now is just like at a loss for words. He was not expecting this turnaround. And he just like, yes. One of our guards was killed and our noble was attacked. Whatever is going on in here, that crime has to be answered for. And we will not rest until we see justice. Or so says my lords. At which point, Fairwarm just looks at the defense to see if they have any more defense, and Fenderall, he just kind of looks at everyone, looks at you, Kolarys, almost as if seeing if you have any kind of card up your sleeve.
Do I have another card up my sleeve? I don't think so.
Do you not?
The book?
Thing is, all evidence that has been presented thus far, you do not think that the book will serve anything.
Because I thought the Lord was our smoking gun.
It is a very compelling evidence, but it doesn't prove your innocence in any way. It just proves that you have been fooled by Lady Ulxian, and anyone with a little bit of compassion would see fit to let you off the hook. But apparently they don't care for whatever drama nonsense is going on in here in Tirnan Dragain. They just want to see retribution for you having attacked their dragon.
Do you want to see retribution or justice?
We want to see justice. Our lord has been attacked.
Then let me go after the person who's responsible for all of this. Lady Ulxian.
What do you mean go after her?
She set you up. She deceived you. She set me up. Killed a member of my family. And now she's escaped. We know where she went and we have methods to pursue her. Let us give you the justice you're looking for.
Make me a persuasion check, Kolarys.
Oh, fuck me.
And also roll me a regular with complication. DC.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Rewind time.
Sure.
Yeah, time, wizard boy.
Falkan,
Try it again, Claire.
you use your powers to rewind time back to a time, or rather to an alternate timeline where Kolarys happens to be a little bit more persuasive and chooses words a little bit better and speak with more confidence. But still, that is not enough by one.
I could do it again.
Just so you know, Kolarys, you still have inspiration.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you all get one at the start of every game.
I'll use it.
Sure, go for it.
There
Oh,
we go.
thank Christ. just Falcon, just face in his hands at that moment.
Please
No,
work.
no reason to just see him like that.
Kolarys, you give the same spiel in this alternate timeline that Falcon has created for you, and just after you do all that, you see that Lord Worrell is kind of squinting at you, and then you add just the right amount of pitch to your voice when you say, "Please." Please? And everyone in the court at that moment, they just kind of shush themselves, going quiet just to see what the resolution of this will be. And then Lord Worrell looks at you, looks at the judge. Very well. My lords will be pleased so long as someone is held accountable for the crimes that have been committed. If it happens to be Lady Ulxian, who's a higher ranking noble than you are, then so be it. We will give you but a week for you to complete this task and return to us. Otherwise, we will be taking you responsible for this. If you are unable
well.
to present Lady Ulxian. 1 week is the time we will give you.
These terms are agreeable.
Fairwarm just looks at the two of you, see that the two of you have agreed with another, and says, "Very well then. The court is adjourned 1.5 weeks from now, and we'll be returning to either try Kolarys for his crimes against the people of Talan Forard, or Lady Ulxian for being responsible for causing this whole ruckus in Talan Forard, on top of all the other accusations that she has to answer for. That is all. No more. Court is adjourned." And then everyone is dismissed.
Hey, you didn't end up in jail.
I'm not in jail.
Told you.
And them getting rewarded to do exactly what we wanted to do in the first place.
Exactly.
Kill that bitch for using my sister.
Well, I definitely put Vargrid back in the bag the second he was no longer needed, also, by the way.
He just snarls at you as you see the bag going over him again.
I know it's for your own good, though, I promise.
And with a quick swish, Vargrid is gone. And the court relaxes a little bit more. Some of the people who had fainted are now being attended to and are getting up just with very confused looks of, "It is over?" And everyone is getting back to speed on what's going on. While everything is calming down for the three of you, things are just starting to heat up outside now that all of these nonsense that you all have been up to has now become public. And the whole city of Madlenac is going to start talking about it.
So, yeah, way better than the last time we were in the court, I think.
When was the last time you were in court?
1,000 years from now. We were involved with some, basically just mages using really messed up magic and being accused of... Actually, kind of like the inverse of this trial.
Yeah, I got to watch a hamster go on trial.
He was a rat, first of all. Will be a rat is, future tense.
Mm,
It's just, he's not a hamster, that's all.
you're right. Was he?
Anyway, we should...
Doesn't even
Back up.
exist yet. You don't exist yet. Yeah, here you are.
Oh, don't bring up the fact I might just vanish on you.
I mean, you can't because you're in the past. You'd have to be in the future to vanish. Because
yeah.
if you're in the past, you're going backwards. Therefore,
Nope.
it's possible for you to exist in a time before that.
I need you to stop talking because I am getting a headache thinking about
I
it.
think we could give him an aneurysm.
Don't worry, it's okay. I saw the timeline where Kolarys went to jail.
Do you
Great.
think you'll have that headache in the future?
I will always have a headache around
Because you're technically in the past, so everything you do has already been done.
All right.
You've already had this headache.
Oh,
I mean, I could
Lord.
find out if you're going to have a headache.
Uh-huh. In what way?
In the
This-
future.
This seems slightly irrelevant. We should not get distracted. We have a week. We have 1 week.
Do the Shadowfell
So you
thing.
looked at me.
We have to go to the Shadowfell, like ASAP.
If only we had, like, a gun.
Like what Stormclimb used to use, or
What's a gun?
Guns exist.
I know, but I wanted to screw around with him some more.
No, you can't do that. It's like, you can't tell him things like purple in this era doesn't exist in his. It'll fuck him up.
wait, purple doesn't exist?
It's just different.
That makes no sense. It's just a color.
Oh, you poor soul.
Oh boy. Either way, I suppose we should. Well, I'll talk to your father, Falcon, but Kolarys, you should probably get ready to go.
We should
That's
probably
your
get
family.
rations.
We should get ready for a trip. It's going to be a trip.
Hey, you know, if you think about it, we could always go to, like, the future or something and just, like, relax there.
This is like the
And then
worst
come back to
honeymoon.
the past.
Falcon, the last time you did time hopping, it A, killed people, B, nearly killed you probably, and C, we lost like the best chair. I don't
That
have any
was a
more
nice
chairs like that.
I'm gonna be fair, now that I'm not in the future, they're technically alive again.
No, but the thing already happened, so...
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Well, but it has happened.
It might happen.
It will probably happen again.
It could be. We could always go to, I don't know, so far off of one of, like March 10th, 2020. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a safe time to go somewhere.
Your witticisms are wildly lost upon me.
What is
Either
this?
way, I guess, I'll go get ready and see how I'm going to contact the individual that I was chatting with that is going to get us
tree.
there. Sure.
Right.
So, the three of you make your way out of the courtroom. On your way out, though, a green kobold comes to you, Kolarys. Comes running and starts tugging at your tunic.
Hello, friend.
Hi! Hey! You need to come over here! And then the kobold just turns around and walks off into a room. Inside the town hall.
That seems really sketchy.
That's shady. Yeah, that's shady.
Yeah, I'm gonna go listen at the door first.
I'm going to follow you.
Sure. You all, well, Drachdarin and Kolarys walk up to the door. And Kolarys, as you put your head against the door to try and listen in, you just hear the same shrill voice coming from inside. Hey, tell your friends to stay outside. I just want to talk to you.
Fine. Stay here.
I'd stay, but I'm going to listen to the door.
I'll enter with. Yeah, I'll enter with a cautious step.
Mm-hmm. The room is kind of dark and gloomy. You know that you're inside the town hall, but it shouldn't be this dark. When you look around for a little bit, you see a little flame lighting up at the back of the room. And there's just a weird green hue to this flame. Let me make this a little bit more appropriate. When you enter the room, this sickly green light that lights up slowly illuminates a figure in front of you. This figure is no longer that of a small kobold, but rather an adult form in front of you, of that of a dragonborn, still with its back turned to you, and it seems to just look over its shoulder for you can see like the silhouette of this person's face as they look above their shoulders at you and says, "Well, good luck with your current endeavor, but also congratulations on not getting sent to jail. I had high hopes for you."
I have a hand on my family's rapier. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry.
You have me at the disadvantage. Who am I addressing?
Oh, Kolarys. You know who I am. May not know who I am, but you do know of me. I watch over you. I watch over everyone in this city. And you have been watching over the people of the city as well. From the shadows. I take it this is your favorite terrain, sorts. And then this shape turns around to face you now. And just as they do, they're holding in a candle. And you can see this green dragonborn in front of you. You don't have enough time to see all of their features before they just blow, and the candle goes out, plunging the room into darkness again. I take
I
it.
kick open the door. The door's probably just locked anyway.
It is locked.
Shit.
I take it you would like to keep working from the darkness. Preferably free from bars, unimpeded.
I admit a certain comfortability within the shadows.
I also believe that you would like to see those who brought down your family punished for their misdeeds.
Kolarys just gets this really dark look. Fist kind of clenched over the hilt of his sword. Oh, would I?
Well, Kolarys, I too would like to see Lady Ulxian punished for her misdeeds. As it turns out, I had my suspicions about her all along, but she is a wily one, very cunning. Unfortunately, all of her doing has thrown the city into disarray, has disrupted everything. I was hoping that things could be solved without the need for any of this to become public. Now, the town knows all about the Ulxian family, or will know soon. But now that the cat is out of the bag, as they say, I imagine I should give you the means to hunt cats.
Meow.
Meow.
Kolarys, you
Whatever.
hear footsteps approaching you very slowly. As you
Quick
were
question. Are you hearing any of this from outside?
saying. Drachdarin, from outside you just hear Kolarys apparently talking. You hear the same shrill kobold voice just going like, "Oh, that was a great trial. I like the point where you pointed your finger at them and said objection and accused them of things. It was so cool. It was great. Like you have a real knack for this." And then you hear Kolarys' voice laughing like, "Of course."
I think he's got a fan.
Seems like he's having a great old time over there.
At this point, I don't think I'm in a position to refuse.
Oh, that you are not. But, or not, I will give you a little bit of aid. That is, after all, the least I can do. And as you keep hearing the footsteps approaching, you sense the hand of this person grabbing your hand, but with a very gentle touch, very slowly and softly pulling your hand away from the handle of your blade and towards it. And then you just feel another hand clasping your hand, and you feel something metallic between your hands. And then this person lets go of your hands altogether. Now, Kolarys, this sigil that you have in your hand is secret. Your friend is now called an agent of the Empire. But that is just for show. Because of his academic immunity. But you, Kolarys, for now, until I see necessary to revoke this right from you, you are the blade of the dragon. You are the one who can do what those others cannot. You can exact revenge upon Lady Ulxian without fearing for any repercussions. The sigil you hold in your hands is proof of that, and no one will contest it. Also, hand this to your wizard friend. He might make use of it. And you just feel your hand again being grabbed, and then something kind of bulky being placed onto it. It feels like a parchment. And then You just hear again the footsteps slowly going away from you. I believe I can count on you to keep your discretion. Also, see this through.
Kolarys just holds a finger to his lips, just silent.
And whenever you do find the Lady Ulxian and bring her back, either alive or dead, preferably alive, tell her that the city will not tolerate her transgressions, and that Ritilir has eyes everywhere. With that, suddenly your eyes start to adjust again to the room. For whatever reason, your dark vision just couldn't penetrate this magical darkness that was permeating the room. But also, you hear a very soft and faint click coming from the door, almost as if it had just been unlocked. And then, as you look around, you cannot see anyone else in this room. You seem to be alone in this archive of legal repository of previous cases.
I'm gonna pocket the sigil and open the door.
Oh, hey. You good?
Hi. Just
Was
talking with a friend.
Was that like a fan or something? He sounded over the moon about you.
Yeah. I mean, dashing rogue like me has to have fans.
Sure.
Also, these are for you, Falcon.
Oh?
I hand him the papers, the parchments.
Sure. Falkan, you find in your hand what appears to be a spell scroll. It's impeccable and immaculate. Never in your life have you seen parchment this white. And handwriting so precise.
It's very clean.
And you feel yourself just feel a cold going down your spine as you read the details of this spell, and it becomes clear for you. It's a spell beyond your capabilities, but also it's a spell that will be incredibly useful to you in the future. Because what you're holding in your hands is a spell scroll of plane shift.
What?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Okay. All right.
What with you being not a caster, a 13th level caster, you will have to make a check to be able to successfully use this spell scroll. But you have it.
Well, shoot. All right. Thank you.
Good, I take
will
it.
Hold on to this. Huh?
Good, I take it.
Very good.
Like I said, I was talking with a friend.
Who the hell did you get this from?
I'm just gonna whistle and walk right on by.
Well, I guess not getting landed in jail has made him exceptionally chipper.
Everybody's keeping secrets from me lately.
Aren't we all?
No.
Well, look, being suspicious is part of his whole thing, though, so... I don't know, I haven't been able to get a good read on him either.
With sexually enigmatic.
I don't. But you're doing a good job of it, whatever it is.
You sure you won't tell me where you got this?
Discretion is key, my friend.
Well, let's get ready for this trip. We should probably convene with your father before we go, just so he doesn't freak out on me again.
So, we have about like half an hour left of game. I guess we could do preparations now. Or leave it for, downtime later on. How do you guys want to proceed?
By preparations, you mean...
Well, I don't know. You're the ones who are talking about preparing yourselves.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought you meant like character level stuff. Never mind. Sorry, brain.
Brain no work.
Or brain.
It's an effort. It's
Well,
hard
I got
being
my
20 and-
my second sword, so that's really all I wanted.
Well,
Stop somewhere and get rations.
it won't be too hard at least. Plenty of that around. Here's bag of holding.
Alright, yeah, you can easily find rations. Just going around and about. It shouldn't cost much if you go to your character sheets. Once again, click on the 3 dots on the top right corner and then click on equipment shop. I believe you should be able to buy rations. Among other things. But if you are interested
We
to
need potions.
Come
We
again?
definitely need potions.
healing potions?
Potions would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Boy, wouldn't it be cool if potions had prices attached to them?
They do though.
Ah.
It says
Yeah.
right there, 50 gold.
Oh, a simple potion of healing does, but not the big ones. The big boy potions.
Yeah, well. We probably only need a few simple ones for the moment, because it might be a little out of... Well, it won't be out of Kolarys' budget. 50 platinum over here.
So sure, you have all of Kolarys' budget to spend on potions and rations if you want. Rations, from what I see, are 5 silver pieces. Potions are 50 gold pieces. A weapon you already have, and whatever else you need for, a foray into Shadowfell, then that's up to you.
I'm gonna get 10 rations and 5 potions. Or do you want more rations? Rations are cheap as fuck.
Each one of you will consume 1 ration per day. Now, the problem is how long you'll be there for.
Yeah.
I know it
I
sounds
remember-
silly, but I could always just learn the spell Goodberry.
Nah, I'll just get a bunch of rations.
No need to waste your spells.
I mean,
I
it's
think 26
Goodberry.
rations is more than enough.
Oh wait, I actually can't learn Goodberry. No shit. Okay,
It's a ranger
never mind.
spell. And
Yeah,
a druid spell, I believe.
I was wondering, like, can you learn Goodberry?
I was gonna
thought
be
wizards
shocked.
could learn Goodberry.
No,
It
I think
just seems like one of
sorcerers
those-
can.
No, just druid and ranger.
Is it?
What? Wizard learning healing spells? Nonsense.
I know,
I mean,
right?
Goodberry's not really a healing spell. Oh
just a
shit, yeah, it
food.
restores 1 HP. Oh, fuck off.
1 HP.
1 HP.
Not allowed.
That
Not
counts
allowed.
as a healing spell, you see.
That's so stupid. Ultimate cosmic power, the ability to rewind time and space. Oh, can't use a 1 HP healing spell. What the fuck?
Balance.
What balance?
You're supposed to delete people, not fix them.
protection spells.
Yeah. So do clerics.
Well, you
They're
can
the only ones that get to heal
you
properly.
can do all manner of things. You just cannot heal. But then again, everyone knows that the best kind of healing is the preemptive healing, where you kill people before they damage your party.
I fucking guess. It's just one of the silliest fucking things in the mechanical rules. Like, oh yeah, wizards can't heal because LOL balance. Oh, okay.
They already do too many other things anyway.
Oh, there you go.
I guess.
As in,
My
like, literally everything else.
My possible 4 fucking HP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if we are going into Hellfuck Valley, I'm going to go learn some magic and preferably remove curse.
Good idea.
Not a bad choice.
Seeing as my family's literally abjuration mages, I'm just going to go mooch off them.
News time. You still have to pay. You still have to pay for learning spells, but as a member of the academy and as part of your background, because your background feature is kind of weird and I can't really apply it on anything else. So as a better feature for your background, you get to learn spells in the academy for half the price.
Yeah, okay, that works. What level is remove curse 3?
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell. Because inflict curse is, or rather bestow curse is a 3rd level spell. You need to counter one another.
Life, death, life, death, life, death.
Speaking of which, I much prefer how Good Berry works in Baldur's Gate 3 because it heals 1d4 hit points each berry.
That's
Good
way
berry
better.
See, the thing is, I'm actually not okay with that. Good berry is kind of really broken in some ways.
It is. Oh man, you have not gone to the Reddit. If you go,
Oh no.
if you look around, people have all sorts of complaints and grievances with Good Berry. It's crazy.
Well, it kind of, if you're having any sort of survival situation, Goodberry just absolutely ruins it.
Not only that, but people were thinking like, hey, why don't I make like a ranger cleric? Because as a ranger, I get wisdom as my spellcasting modifier, which is the same that a cleric uses. And if I make a cleric of life, everything that heals more.
Oh my god, that's... Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's
Oh
some
my
broken stuff
god,
out
we
there.
just give good berries to everybody.
And they just have healing potions, basically.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, infinite healing potion. That is ridiculous.
Like I said, if you stay a little while on the internet, you're gonna see some broken shit over there.
Fucking good berry. I don't... It's such an unassuming spell with
Yeah,
a
it's just a
stupid
berry.
name.
I found my berries.
You could
It's
say
just
it's
a
a very
single-
good spell.
Who would win one campaign in the snowy hellscapes of the fucking ice valleys or one berry?
One berry, please.
Well, you see,
Oh my God.
that'll make people not laugh at druids or rangers ever again.
True, though.
No, I'll still laugh at rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Poor
Poor
boys.
ranger.
So yeah, Falkan, I hope you have a lot of money for all the spells you want to learn from the academy.
Time to fuck around and find out. This is like math I'll have to do on another day. Also, Claris, I'm stealing from you.
Yes.
What?
Money?
Oh, your money.
Yeah.
It's time to pay the wizard tax.
Oh no, the tax for having a wizard in your party. Oh no. Not the wizard tax.
Who won't use his flask to make wine?
It's real, yo.
I mean, fine, I'll start making wine. I'll sell it today.
Sure, but also, well, yeah, sure, you can do that. Just keep in mind how much time you are spending here in Madlenac doing your things.
Okay, to be extremely blunt, I'm going to have to buckle down and do a lot of fucking math, so I might just do this in my free time and write it all
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because I've got a lot
wait.
of math to do. Like, I need to, like, calculate how much fucking wine I'm selling, how much I can sell this specific thing for, and just all the costs and chance of success.
We're only gonna be here for like a couple days.
Yeah, I can do a lot in a couple days.
Good, I'm glad.
Also, remember to talk to one another in the group chat, because so people can share how much money and stuff they have in case it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
How much money one is taking from the other, because I don't know that you guys have a party funds,
At least I'm really easy. I have no money.
right?
I continue to have
I got
no
like
money.
50 gold. for
Broke
players.
boy.
23 platinum, 2 gold.
We can buy some stuff in the interim.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
in any case, I imagine then that all preparations are gonna be left over for next game then.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right.
I hate to say it, but yeah, a lot of it. And I still gotta pick spells from the new spell list.
Oh no, that's
And I
okay.
have to plan.
Before we do though, you guys are gonna be taking some time, but I can already tell you ahead of time that now that this has been sorted out, aside from Vargrid being very impatient in your bag of holding, there's absolutely nothing that will be happening to you guys in the next week until you
You
have
say
to.
that.
I'd say that until I come up with something. But I mean, I don't plan for anything to happen during the next week for your characters in game, so you are pretty much just free to do whatever. So
We're downtime to get ready to go to the freaking dark, basically the Shadow Realm.
pretty much, yeah, like talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! You're gonna go to the Shadow Realm for real this time.
Yep.
Oh my god,
great.
Master Duel. No.
But I would like to know though which method you guys are using to go to the Shadowfell.
No. Drag.
I
Probably
mean,
Drax.
Yeah, the one that's the physical object is way too far in a different country, so
We
might
just play a
just have to
children's card
use-
game.
you always might just have to do the one-way ticket.
Which is asking for Eaglebath to take you.
Hmm.
You're not even pondering the possibility of walking to Grim Lake and asking very nicely at the people who guard it.
I mean, that was another. Where even is that on this map?
I'd rather not die.
It's next to Taidg. There's Beacon Lake and there's a tiny one which is Grim Lake.
Oh, that's not as far. Oh yeah, that's a much better option for a first start.
Yeah, can't they just learn circle teleport if they have like a thing there?
Well, you have to know the circle, that is. It's generally a wizard tower thing /
If you ask around, might get
You might be
lucky.
able to figure out the one from Adlanac.
This is just fast travel.
It is. You just have to find the fast travel points.
Yeah,
basically.
and
God damn it.
Yep.
and then you ask your parents like, "Mom, Dad, do we have a circle of teleportation at home?" And they say, "Yeah, we do. We always had."
The circle of teleportation at home, and it's just tiny. We have teleporting at home.
I'm like, "Oh no! If only I knew.
Oh, no.
If only I was 9th level earlier." And then you
Yeah,
learn
I
why
think-
you don't have high-level wizard in your party, because they also break the game. Everything
Yeah,
breaks this
they're
game.
great, though. Yeah, they're great though. You just wait until I get my third attack. I have triple-digit HP now, man.
You have what?
I have 102 health.
What the fuck, man? I got like
Woo!
46.
Fighter!
Jesus Christ.
Fucking fight me!
They won't be
I
able
always
to. They're
love
gonna
that
break
joke about
down.
fighters.
I know. I also have a. I may or may not have a +10 to strength saving throws now. Don't ask me.
What does a fighter do? They fight. What are they good at? Fighting.
Fighting.
That is true. All of you, because now you're level 9, all of your proficiency bonus has
Proficiency.
gone up to +4. And I was thinking, now that you're all leveled up, boys and dergs,
Boys and boys.
Boysenberry.
we could attempt, if you guys want, to start using the optional rule of proficiency dice instead of proficiency bonus.
I have
Intriguing.
no idea what that is.
Intriguing, comma, what?
The idea is that, everything that you're proficient at, you get to add a +4 bonus to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea with
Essentially.
proficiency dice at this level, you would be able to, instead of add this +4 bonus, you add a 1d8.
I would rather take the.
I would rather take the
Four.
solid number, honestly.
Wow, I would way rather take the solid number.
Me and dice don't get along.
Oh no.
Then it just kind of makes it feel like your character just randomly decides to be stupid.
Or that.
Yeah.
I like having a solid number. Solid numbers make my life less complicated.
Ah. Oh, but then
And they
again,
make
the,
my heart rate stays low.
the computer is rolling everything for you, so you know.
I trust that even less. At least my dice I can throw across the room and punish them. Put them in dice jail.
Don't say it like that.
They deserve it if
Dice
they
who
roll
failed,
ones
get the dice
4
and give it to
times
you.
in a row. Not saying I definitely had D20s that I've thrown into an abyss somewhere and I can't find them anymore for their own good.
Oh my god, you want to know the lamest thing that I got on me?
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
I got a
rolled
red
most of the
dragon
dice for
plushie.
you.
No, I got a red dragon plushie, and you unzip his stomach, and he drops out the exact amount of dice for fireball at any level.
Oh my gosh, I want it.
And they're all red and glittery.
That's so cute. I want it.
oh man, you guys have such cool things. Well,
I
in,
had fun.
in any case, as you guys figure all of that nonsense out with the dice and the spells and the throwing of them, this is it for today, everyone. Of watching us over at the waves someplace. So yeah, you have just reached the end of today's game, which has been incredibly productive in different ways that do not involve battle. But apparently, with the next few sessions, since we're gonna be going into the Shadowfell, things are going to get a little bit dark. So if you are of the squeamish kind, probably I would be warning you against depressing themes in the upcoming.
Shadowfell!
I cannot wait to go back to this place. I've been so excited.
Really?
I hated it so much the last time.
Yeah, it's pretty much Silent Hill, so it's great.
It's just fucking Silent Hill and I love it.
I mean, that makes me fucking nervous, because out of every fight so far, I'm the only one that's gotten knocked out like every fucking other battle. I don't think I'm okay with that.
You should be.
Oh, you will learn that things in the Shadowfell are not so much about dealing damage, but dealing status effects.
Yeah.
I am just going to uppercast level 6 fireball on myself and just knock myself up preemptively. I
That's
will
fair.
run in the center of all of them and blow up.
Nope.
That's honestly a fair response, though.
Well, in any case, thank you guys so very much for watching. We will be back in the upcoming weeks with more D&D, which stands for Dragons and Dungeons, with Conquerors of Nolyn, episode 31 and 4th. We probably should be going to the Shadowfell, so once again, viewer discretion is advised because of, depressive, sad themes and also Silent Hill all over the place. But I really hope you guys come back to watch some of that. In any case, thank you so very much for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Boy.